What do you mean went back out? Where?
Hold
Where did I
on.
go? What did I do? What did I do
You're
now?
gone. You're gone, Louis.
All
You're
right,
all
we're
gone.
live.
We're live now? Wait, what? We're live
I don't know
now?
what happened to the it went to you, and then you didn't talk, and then it just went back to the intro. I guess the I guess the
What?
live was like, well, if you're not gonna start, then let's just restart the intro again.
Oh,
But you're
okay.
live.
Okay. Oh, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Xbox International Podcast and
Oh,
Sourblow. We
yes,
don't
I
see our
just
guest.
noticed. I just
Okay,
noticed
I was
that.
about to say,
I
where
was
is our
so
guest?
busy speaking to the guest that I
It's a
completely
rough
forgot.
takeoff right
Oh
there.
my
That is a
God, that is
rough
a rough
takeoff.
takeoff. Rough
Are you
takeoff
even getting the
today.
air tonight? I don't even know.
Man, it's just like my airplane story, man. I mean, oh my God, we got to talk about that later, man. Oh Lord, oh no, I thought I was gonna die, guys. I thought I was gonna die. No joke, true story. I thought I was gonna die. I was literally about to cry in the air. No joke, no joke, no joke. But either way, though, let us start this show, man. Sour, did you pop in
Yeah,
the guest? Because man, we got to introduce that guest. We got some awesome introduction with our awesome guest that's coming
I
any second.
you can start introducing him, and I'll have him ready.
Oh, yeah, I can start introducing him. All right, guys, today we have an awesome guest. And he is a huge Halo guy because, I mean, literally, this man's got everything. Even his underpants are Halo. No joke. No joke. But seriously, he is the man that is known to be to his friends as the masochist because he tortures himself in Souls games. The man who is bad in Command and Conquer, Tiberian Dawn. Also, the host of the most. I mean, oh my God, I read this wrong. Host of the iconic video games and Good Morning Xbox, known to talk always positive about gaming. XO1324 Gaming, what's up, brother? And thank you for joining us on the Xbox International Podcast.
Hey, thank you so much for that intro, man. That was great. I feel like I was being introduced like a wrestler. You know?
Ah, oh man,
Yes, thank you so much
welcome, welcome.
for having me. Oh, you
Ah,
guys are awesome.
man, how you doing, brother? And tell us, brother, what have you been gaming?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. You know, it's the middle of the week. It's hump day, and I have been playing. Oh Jesus, it just escaped my mind. I talked about it
Oh,
right before the show. Sea of Stars. There we go. I've been playing Sea of Stars
nice.
on a Game
Awesome
Pass and
game.
XCloud. I'm loving that one. My good buddy Doggy Dog recommended it to me, and man, he said, "Axel, you'll like it. You'll like it."
How
And I was
far
like,
in are you into
"I
it?
don't know. I'm on the second island. I just got to the cave.
The cave of wonder.
Yeah, the underground cave. I don't know. I found some village, and there's some magician that's blocking some sort of wind cave, and it's gonna wake up the sleeper dragon,
Oh,
unless they get the wind to play again.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. And yeah, I'm playing that one. And I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom because, believe it or not, even though it's been out for like a year, I am just taking my time. Like I run all over the place on Tears of the Kingdom. I'm finding like, oh, there's a treasure map over here. Go find it. I'm like, I will. And then like fast forward 3 days
wait,
later, or 3 weeks later, I finally get there because I just go all over the place on
wait.
that game.
Tears of the Kingdom, isn't that the Final Fantasy game that came out?
Oh my
No, no,
god.
Tears of the
Oh
Kingdom, bro.
my
Oh
God,
my
The
god.
Louis.
Legend of
You
Okay.
should
Zelda.
time
Oh,
out.
Zelda.
Time
Yeah,
out
yeah,
real
Zelda.
quick.
What time for what? Hey, there's so
The
many.
goat.
Wait,
The
how is
goat,
that?
Louis.
I can't
The
believe
best
Lou
game.
just asked that.
Yes, yes,
Sorry.
Sorry, chat. Sorry, chat. Oh my
yeah,
god.
but as most people know, I just moved. So I'm still setting up my gaming area. So my console's not hooked up yet, but as soon as my console gets hooked up, I'm loading Elden Ring as fast as possible and getting to do
Oh, that's
that
an
Earth
easy.
Tree expansion DLC.
That's an
That's
easy
Before
going to
thing.
be take over
before I
my life.
forget, because I have bad memory, but I just saw that. Can you tell us something about that picture behind you? Looks pretty
This one
cool.
back here, the Gears of
Yeah.
War cartoon. Yeah.
Uh,
This is me, and this is my cousin. We were an inseparable duo before we got married. we would game together, and Gears is one of the games we played. And we used to go to this place called Classic Game Fest here in Texas, in Austin, Texas. So we would go to Austin, Texas every year, and every year we got one of these made that we've been there. We've done Mega Man and other, where I was Mega Man and he was Zero and stuff like that. So we always get one of these made.
That's awesome.
That's pretty
Nice.
cool.
But
That's really
because
cool.
because Gears of War E-Day got announced, I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just put this one up and see what happens.
So
Awesome.
wait, marriage broke you all up. See, guys, marriage is not a good thing. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
he got
Talking from
married. He moved
experience, Lou?
to a different
Oh,
state,
no,
so now we just
I'm
play
not,
online.
no, I'm not talking about no, no.
We're gonna clip this.
Is this experience, Louis? Like, what is?
Why did I say that? Why did I say that? She was gonna find out. I was gonna find out. But man, Axel, thank you for joining us today, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We got loads of things to talk about, man. Let me continue on because I gotta grab these handsome fellas. Look who's here. Look who's here. The man I beat and hockey with the junior team, the Big Plume. How you doing, brother? And what
Wait.
have you been playing?
Did
this
you say
true?
you beat me with a junior team?
Is this true, Plume? This can't be.
That's absolutely not true. We played 2 games. I won 10-0 with a regular team, and then I beat him 9-3 with a junior team.
Yeah, these were like, and you literally when you saw the pictures of the goals of the kids scored the goal, you literally like it was like
It's like a 16-year-old scoring on an NHL team.
exactly. Oh man, I mean, I was like, man, I'm good at hockey, but when I faced Plume, man, he whipped my butt. I mean, literally. I mean, playing the junior team, like they were like a lot more slower. Their goalie was okay. But yeah, Plume beat me, man. Plume beat me. I suck at hockey. I actually scored 2 goals on you on that one, though.
Yeah,
So,
hey, I'm happy you scored some goals, so it was at least a little bit interesting.
it
But
was a little bit interesting. With me. Well, how you doing, man? What you been playing?
I'm doing good. I've been playing. I finished Still Wakes the Deep, which just launched into Game Pass, I think last
How is
week.
it? How is it? That's on my backlog. How is it?
It's a really cool experience. Like the story hits really hard at the
Nice.
end. Like the story hits extremely hard, and the atmosphere and everything is good. It's not that scary. Like I didn't find it that scary or anything, but the setting being stuck like in the middle of the ocean, it gets to you as you're going through. So yeah, it's really cool. Definitely recommend checking it out. It's not very long. It's like 5 hours or so. So yeah, very cool game. So I've been playing through that, and then just playing other just random stuff on the side. Haven't had too much time this week to play too many games, but that's what I've been up to.
All right. Sourblow. How you doing, sir? What have you been playing?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm still celebrating, as you can see.
Oh,
But
don't not put any NBA stuff on here, please.
don't
I don't
make me
want.
put the traitor
Boo,
in.
No,
boo. Both the
don't.
Nuggets and the
No.
Mavs lost. I'm so upset about that.
Celtics. Oh, you're from Texas. Oh. Sorry about that, actually. But other than that, like what I've been playing Mass Effect 3, and wow, yesterday something happened. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of RPGs, and I'm the type of person that when I play an RPG, I stick to my decisions. If I make a decision, I don't go back. I know there's a lot of people that what they do is they save, and then if they don't like the decision, they go back again. And yesterday, something happened that made me question, like, wow, should I go back? Because it was wow. It was. I'm still in shell shock. And I gotta say, right now, I think I can already say I haven't even finished Mass Effect 3, but I can already say this is my favorite trilogy game of all time. It's
Right.
wow. It's
All right.
incredible. But
Right.
Lou, what have you been playing, man?
And you're not gonna ask how am I doing?
No.
Okay.
Nah, it's like, how you doing? And what have you been playing, Lou?
Man, Sourblow, listen. What I was doing, I was in Miami on a field trip. You know, I was with my pops, having some fun. I hear like a shh. I don't know why, but it's
Could be
weird.
my mic.
Yeah, it was your
Sorry.
mic. Yeah, fix it. Still not fixed out. There you go, you got it now. So yeah, I was in Miami, you know, doing some stuff with my father. We had a lot of fun, you know, in Miami, just doing some things. And yes, I had a scare on Monday when I was coming back home. Plane takes off, and my God, when you take off, when you hear that seatbelt sign go off, you're like, okay, at least it went off in the air. No, everything's good. But I did not see that seatbelt sign turn off. I'm like, uh oh, this is not a good thing. And all of a sudden, like a huge heat was like in the airplane because the air conditioning was just not working. And I was like, uh oh, uh oh. And when you hear in the air those words that the captain says, we got a technical problem, man, that's it. That's it. I mean, I was sweating. I was about to start crying. I was like, oh Lord, we're gonna die. This is Doomsday. It's done and over. But you know what? The plane landed back in Miami. They reset it, the air conditioning, took off. Everything was great. Flight was great. Plane was good. I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Yes, got home safely. Thank God. But yes, other than that, I'm good. Happy to be home. I mean, as soon as I landed, I literally kissed the floor. I was like, yes, yes. I was like, yes, I'm still here. I'm still here. But yeah, what I've been playing is hockey. That's what I did. Like, when I came, here yet last night, I was like, should I play Star Wars? Should I play hockey? Turn on Star Wars. I did one swing and said, you know what? Let me play a little bit of hockey. I'm a little bit too tired, and yeah, I kind of fell asleep on the couch.
You
So
you left Miami at the worst time, Louis, because the
I
Florida
know
Panthers literally just won the Stanley Cup.
it won the same day I got home.
Yeah, you
Seriously.
left at the worst time.
Exactly. And you said I can't believe you said you can't believe you're saying this, but the Panthers won. I said, well, I mean the Celtics won too, so yeah, we gotta believe anything, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've been playing hockey. I play a little bit of rotator on the plane, and that's about it. I haven't been playing that much. But anyways, Sourblow, what is our flight itinerary? Let's take it away.
All right, as you can see. Oh wait, I never put your, I never put you on the screen. Now that I noticed,
The disrespect.
but okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about some games that skipped that Xbox that we learned this past week, and we're
Oh,
gonna talk about the preservation of games. We're gonna talk about innovation in gaming. Basically, all like a combination of, as you can see on the title of today's show, shaping the next generation while conserving the past. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that, how each platform is doing with that, and I also want to talk about how it's being implemented into video games, most importantly. So before we go on our flight, we
yes.
have some security screening to do because we have a new passenger and we need to make sure he can go aboard the flight. So Axel, we got something called security screening where we will
Uh-oh.
ask you two questions. Don't
Uh-oh.
worry, they're
I
both
plead the fifth.
you plead. There's no pleading the fifth here. Okay.
If they're marriage questions, I don't want to be like Crazy Louie over there. I plead.
Oh,
Damn.
See,
Damn.
you're already you're almost halfway. You're doing a great job. If you, as long as you're
Picking on Lou,
you're
right?
picking on Lou,
I,
Yeah,
you're
picking on
you're
Lou,
doing a
right?
I
great
don't
job
like.
already.
I don't think Louis like you should be afraid of dying in a plane after tonight. I think there's something else that you should be afraid of when the show ends.
Oh man. All right. Well, both of these questions are actually hypothetical questions. The first one we call it the time capsule question.
Mhm.
So Constellation has chosen you to pick three games that will go into space in a time capsule as a mean of introducing life forms to other planets or other life forms. What three games would you choose and why?
Okay, so I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna go with Super Mario Bros. 3. I'm gonna go with the
Oh,
GOAT
nice.
The goat.
3,
Yes.
because they gotta experience the peak of Nintendo. That what started us, that 8-bit, what we could do with that 8-bit system. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna pick that one because it's my favorite Mario game of all time. I think it's way better than any other Mario game ever out there. And don't get me wrong, all Mario games are fantastic, but that one is my favorite. Let's see. The second game I would put out there. Hmm. If aliens could understand how to play it, I would put Command and Conquer out there. Obviously, it's one of my favorites. Right.
Nice.
just so they get an idea of our war culture, because that's really what we are here. We fight a lot amongst each other. Sadly, we should all be peaceful, but for some reason we find it both fun and entertaining to fight with each other. For some reason,
Just giving the aliens ideas on how to take us over easier.
they'll learn our tactics.
Yeah, yeah.
But then the third one I'm going to give them is going to be Halo 3, so they find out what happens to them if they come to Earth. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give them Halo 3 where we choke the prophet out, all that good stuff,
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So I'm going to give them Halo 3.
You're gonna make the
And
aliens
then
run
find out what
away.
happens to aliens if they come to Earth. So, yeah.
Hopefully they believe that bluff.
So those are the three games I would do.
Okay, nice. Excellent picks. Great picks. All right. Well, our next question will be our elevator pitch question, and it's you got on a flight, and for the duration of the flight, you decided to sleep for the duration of the flight, but you wake up, let's say 5 minutes before the flight, and next to you, it's sitting your gaming icon. So first, who will your gaming icon be? And the second part of the question is, you have 2 to 3 minutes to introduce yourself and talk to him about whatever you want to talk about. So, who would that person be, and what would be the conversation?
Like a real person?
Yeah, like a real person. Like it could be, like we use for example, like Phil Spencer, but it could be anyone.
Hmm.
Who would that
I would
be?
love to talk to Phil Spencer, but I'm going to go with Steve Downs.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, Steve Downs, the voice of the Master Chief. Um, I would just tell him how much I love his work with Halo. Even though Master Chief isn't a man of many words, with his voice, the Master Chief has been able to. The few words he does say have always been impactful and quotable. Like "I need a weapon" and stuff like that. And I would ask him if I can record an intro for my podcast with him. I would definitely ask him if I could do that with him, and I don't know. I would have him sign my T-shirt or my underwear or something, because there's no way I'm gonna get away from Steve Downs without him signing something I have on.
Wait. Who's gonna say something about what?
What?
Underwear? Ooh, what?
Yeah.
As soon
Steve
as you
Downs is
said
gonna sign something.
underwear,
He might
Luke
sign my
came.
Xbox hat. He might see me with my Xbox hat on.
Uh,
I
so,
might have him sign my Xbox hat.
you talking about Phil?
No,
No,
Steve
not
Downs.
Oh,
Steve
it's okay.
Downs.
Okay, sorry. I hopped I was
You
gonna say.
said the
Welcome
Magic
back,
Mike
Lou.
accent.
Welcome back from the toilet. So, well, I'm assuming we're on a flight, so I'm assuming you got up to go to the toilet, right? Staying in
No.
theme.
I had to get prepared for something that I had to do later on. Yeah.
Sure,
And-
sure.
yeah.
You
And
flushed it?
yeah, I would just ask him if he has any advice for people that would like to talk to others who are in that industry, right? Because like if Steve Downs, I'd be like, hey, it was great meeting you, blah blah blah. But I would also love to meet Jen Taylor, who is the voice of Cortana, right? And be like, so maybe my last question is like, hey, can you help me get an interview with Jen Taylor too? Or I'd also ask Steve Downs if he'd like to be on GMX, stuff like that.
All right,
So yeah, I would
sweet, awesome.
definitely. It would be Steve Downs. As much as I would love to talk to Phil Spencer, um, I feel like Phil Spencer flies private jets, first class. He's not down there with the common folk and coach with me. Got to get with Steve Downs, who probably also flies first class, but still more realistic.
All right. Well, you had two great answers to your question, but what really got you through the flight was picking on Luke. That was the that was.
Why is it? Why does it always have to be me? What does it have to
No,
be me?
but
It
anyway,
doesn't have to be Louis. It's just you came back and you asked questions, and I'm like, oh, he must have gone to the in-flight restroom. I'm staying in the in-flight theme.
Oh, good lord!
all right.
All
Well,
right.
speaking about in-flight, Lou, are you ready? You ready
Yes, that's what I was doing. I was
for
looking
the
for.
in-flight
I was
announcement?
looking for my hat, but I couldn't find it. But I got another one. But let me get ready then. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Let me get ready. Let me get ready. 'Cause, man, since it's a hot day, why the heck not, right? Let's do this. All right, ready to go. Yeah, there you go. I'm cruising for the bruising right now. And here we go. Let me do my silent voice. Ladies and gentlemen, Sour has turned on the subscribe button. Please store your food and beverages next to your desk, underneath the seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. And also make sure you've hit the like and subscribe as we take off. We gently remind that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, not giving credit to someone who deserves it is strictly prohibited. We all know who we're looking at, right? If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our five panelists. Thank you. And back to me. All right, let's go. Let's shout out this amazing chat, man. I mean, man, Sourblow chat has been rocking today. It's so awesome. I mean, look. It's just everybody just talking on here, having a lot of fun with us. And let's start with Captain Elvin. What's up, Captain Elvin? Elvis, please take that back. What you said. You said that I do worse jokes than Shaddai. No, man, take that back, brother. That was just mean. That's actually the meanest comment I have ever heard in my entire life, man. Oh, man. Those is here. Jam Shark, what's up? Day Reezy, Joe, Danny, Quesada, RWK88. Oh, man. Who else is here? Let's keep going on. This is, oh, look who's here. John TJ. What's up, John TJ? How you doing, brother? 4K. Like always, 4K. 4K with a picture of me on his YouTube thing. I mean, look, he's got a picture of me right there. Like always, he always likes to come around and picks on me, man. Man, let's keep going down this beautiful list, man. Look, this shot is looking beautiful. Adidas 20, what's up, brother? He's been a member for 7 months. Thank you for your support, man. This is awesome. Oh, here we go. Here we go, man. Where were you this morning? You're supposed to be in the morning show and coming over here and attack us like this. Here we go. Andrew Wilkins. He comes in every morning to the Crazy Louie Morning Show just to troll me, but it's okay. You can be here, no problem. He says, then canceling the Keystone makes much sense. S Cloud is the worst game streaming option, and PS streaming has been better the whole time. Good job. I mean, so let's keep on going. Richie, what's up, brother Richie? How you doing? And again, Andrew Wilkins, what's up to you, brother? Let's keep on going. Ooh, look who's here. Rude Diggs. What's up, Rude Diggs? Sourblow, please fix that microphone, please. And there is Wilfrey Rosario. He says, Monica Lewinsky. Huh? What's up? Crazy Louis added me on the PSN the other day. I did? When? I haven't turned on that PlayStation in like 20 years, man. The last time I'll tell you when I turned on the PlayStation. The last time the PS5 to play a game was when Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart came to PS Plus. That was the last time I actually, turned on the PS5 and played a game. It's Timmy. What's up, Timmy? Oh man, look who's here. MJ Dark. What's up, MJ Dark? And man, Dolo Knight. What's up, Dolo Knight? How you guys doing? Sour. Let's take it away. Chat, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Please enjoy the flight.
All right, all right. Is my mic still having issues?
You're good to go, buddy.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's start right away, and let's start with our first topic, which is Xbox games skipping the Xbox platform. Most people have already talked about this, so I wanted to briefly. This is kind of like our icebreaker, I guess, topic. So we got Marvel versus Capcom. It's coming to every platform except Xbox, and basically it's a collection, right? The whole collection, which includes Xbox Children's of the Atom, Marvel Superhero, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superhero versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom Clash of Superhero, Marvel versus Capcom 2, and The Punisher, which, most people are just talking about Marvel versus Capcom 2 because that's the most popular.
I'm more heard about The Punisher.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm talking about the majority of people are mostly talking about Marvel versus Capcom 2.
Yeah.
And all this was rumored to be because of the MT something and something technical, basically. And besides that, also, in the same topic, there's another game that actually skipped. Well, I wouldn't say it's skipping Xbox, but at least it's not coming day one, and this is Black Myth Wukong. And it's not coming day one to the Xbox console. And here I have a a statement which says from the studio, which says we can't. Oh no, wait, is it from? No, it was from Microsoft, I think. Let me see. Microsoft. Yeah, from Microsoft. We can't comment on the deal made by our partners with other platform holders, but we remain focused on making Xbox the best platform for gamers, and great games are at the center of that.
Mm.
So my question, I'll start with our guest. First of all, what do you think about all this situations with these games skipping Xbox, unfortunately? And second, like, do you think Xbox needs to do better regarding these games not skipping the platform, or do you feel this is something like it's out of their hands? Do- uh, what is your general thought about all this?
So I'm going to start with Marvel versus Capcom. And man, Capcom, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Um, you know the fact that it's skipping the Xbox platform as a whole, and it could be played on backwards compatibility with they could just have re-released the Xbox 360 versions, just and Xbox One versions is just it's crappy, But I love my Capcom collections. Like I have bought every Mega Man Capcom collection they have put out. The Mega Man Legacy 1 and 2, Mega Man X Legacy 1 and 2. Um, I think they did a Mega Man Zero, yeah, Zero Legacy of that one I did too. And it's just sad that this one is skipping for whatever reason, and I don't get to buy it. Just like I didn't get to buy Mega Man Battle Network Legacy, that collection. I didn't get to buy it because it also skipped. And I don't understand why Capcom is skipping us, in my opinion, with these. And I'm not going to buy, I have everything. I have a PlayStation. I'm very blessed. I have a PlayStation, I have a PC, all that good stuff. So I'm not going to play it on PlayStation, especially because it's only on PS4, and I think the DualShock controller is the worst controller ever made. It's I call it the cramp inducer because that's all it gives me, and I'm not playing a fighting game with fast inputs on that crappy controller. Um, if it came to PS5, that might be a different story because the DualSense is way better. But if I want to buy that collection now, I'm going to buy it on Steam, where I have my Xbox controller on my computer. So there's ways for me to still play it, but the fact that it's skipping my favorite platform, my preferred platform, it's sad, because what if I wasn't as blessed as I am and didn't have a great gaming PC and all this other stuff, I'd be out. And that's not what you want as an Xbox gamer. If you invest into an ecosystem, you want to be able to play on that ecosystem, especially if games that you value are skipping it. Now let's talk about a game I really value. As you know, I am a Dark Souls guy. Black Myth Wukong is a Souls game. It's a beautiful looking Souls game. I love the Sun Wukong Tale to the West story. I know how it begins, I know how it ends, I know all of it. And the fact that this game is showing the magic that Sun Wukong is able to do, and some of the fights he has to fight during that journey to the West is amazing. And I was gonna buy that collector's edition with the Sun Wukong statue, all that good stuff, but it's not available on my preferred platform.
Uh,
And that sucks for me. It sucks for me as a huge. I was looking forward to that game. Every trailer that we saw said Xbox, 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 and then the release date trailer's like, oh no, screw you, Xbox. you know,
well, I don't know if
That-
this is gonna alleviate it, or it's gonna like make it worse for you, since you were expecting this game. But I believe they said now that it's not actually like a Souls game. It's more of a like an action game.
yeah, it's more hack and slash. It's a hack and slash cross souls game. I was looking at the way it was played, but either way, I still love that the story of Sun Wukong. I love some of the
Yeah.
movies. Some movies have been great. Other movies have been terrible. Um, and the fact that he basically beat up every god, and it took Buddha, who is the highest god in that culture, it took Buddha to humble Sun Wukong, and I won't spoil it. You guys can read story Journey to the West. Um, it's telling, but this is part before this game, and I'm just watching it is before he got humbled when he was more like on a rampage to prove himself worthy,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Every time I saw a trailer, like from the first announcement trailer, I'm like, I'm in, and then another trailer, I'm in, and then another trailer, I'm in, and then I was watching the launch, the release date trailer, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so great. Not on Xbox. What? What? Like I have never been so crushed in my life, right? If they're gonna if they're gonna say, "Oh, it's coming to Xbox later," they better have a collector's edition for Xbox because that's the one I want. But I highly doubt it. Usually when this stuff comes up, it doesn't give a collector's edition for Xbox. So, if Xbox being my preferred platform, I kind of hate that it doesn't happen. I kind of hate that these developers don't prioritize us or always keep us as second thoughts, if you will, as leftovers. And it feels bad. And I think Xbox really does need to address this in some way because with less exclusives on the platform and third parties not prioritizing the console, you're gonna have a hard time getting new hardcore a younger hardcore audience, right? Like I've been with Xbox since I was young, but some young people are going to choose not to be with Xbox because they're going to miss out games, and nobody likes missing out on games, especially young people. Like most children only get to pick one console for Christmas or whatever, and they stick with that console for the whole generation. And if they know that Xbox is being skipped on video games, they might choose that will might play a role to not buying an Xbox. So Xbox definitely does need to do something to convince these third party developers to, hey, prioritize. You guys can't be skipping us. So yeah.
Well, can I jump in real quick? But
Sure. I was actually gonna go to you,
oh,
Lou, because I
okay,
know
okay.
your take is completely different.
Yes, it is. I'm ready to spice things up.
So go ahead.
Ready?
How you want
All
to
right, let's
respond?
hear it. Let's hear it.
Here we go. Axel, you made a good point, but here's the thing though, Axel. Right now, kids that are picking up consoles are not playing these games. We all seen the sales. We all seen what's happening. They're not playing the games. I'll be honest with you, they're just not playing those games. What they're playing is Fortnite. They're playing Roblox. They're playing, and pretty much they can play it anywhere. The thing is, right? Because this is something we have talked about many times before, right? It's that if Xbox doesn't put the gears on its market, I mean, there's still going to be people out there saying, "Oh yeah, PlayStation is the one who has the games," and they don't see Xbox like it has any games. That's one thing, right? And you were jumping about the exclusive things. Axel, that's for us, the old generation. This new generation, man, they're like, okay, oh, it's Spider Man. They see Spider Man. Yeah, I want to play as Spider Man. Okay, that's it. But they don't. I bet you, like when you talk about exclusives, they're like, what is that? They'll probably say, what is that? And it's not like us, which we know we take it too hard with the whole exclusive idea that exclusive brings people over to the console, right? But the thing is, Axel, this has taken a shift. These games are more expensive, and they got to find a way to make the money. And now PlayStation also has gone third party, and that is the truth. I mean, people might say, "No, it's not true. That never happened." Dude, they started in 2020 when they started to release games on the PC. Because I always say this: back in the PS2 days, they said this is a computer in your living room. That's what they said, and that's why Microsoft made the Xbox. Remember that it was on the Xbox documentary. And continuing on, right, with this with Black Myth Wukong, it was reported it was reported that there was something going on there. I mean, that game, when the trailer announced, if you go way back to the trailers, we all knew that game was coming for Xbox since back then. We all knew it was coming for Xbox. Probably Sony went over there. Probably, I don't know, whoever did signed a deal or did something, and probably they got the game like to be further down the road. But somehow, somewhere, they decided like to tear up that deal, or so I don't know what happened because there's something weird going on with that game. But something happened, and the developers came out saying that, we got to fix this. We got to put this game out here. We gotta put it on the Xbox, and it's gonna take a couple days, to optimize, or months. We don't know how long it will take, but there's something weird going on with that just we won't hear about it because it just won't. I bet you they just don't want to put the company into a into the way. I think that's what's going on. They don't like want to throw it out. They said, we're trying to optimize the game over here just to make it like a little bit more soft. But at the end of the day, when we see an article pop up saying that there was a deal going on through or something was happening back there, then yes, there's got to be something weird, right? And basically, we were I don't know, sorry, we were talking about the slimy console, like the slimy what's it called, slimy business, right? What was the word that Phil said? He mentioned something the other day, like the slimy platform thing. I don't know what he mentioned. I
I
forgot.
think it just says slimy platform deals or something like that.
Yeah, Simon platform deals. Yeah, the Simon platform deals, which I always say, guys, you got to look back into this because this slimy platform deals has been going on for like the longest of time. But yes, it's kind of slimy because at the end of the day, it's a way to lock in this game to their system, which is not cool because we got to wait a while to play it. But yes, this is what's gonna happen to them, Maxwell, and this is why you can't be doing this nowadays. Like for example, signing these deals affects them along the way because look, right now we're pumped. You're pumped for Black Myth Wukong. Right now at this moment you're pumped. You want to play the game when it releases day one. You want to hop into it and play it. But further down the road, let's say Black Myth Wukong in 5 or 6 months, it gets released. But you see another game over here that can actually beat or kick Black Myth Wukong's butt. You're gonna play that game first, and then later on probably jump into Black Myth Wukong because you're gonna watch it already on YouTube and see more about it. So trust me, I'm telling you this. They gotta be working fast with this because at the end of the day, I know it. I mean, I saw the trailers. It looks beautiful. Looks like a wonderful game. I'm pumped up too because you're a masochist. You're talking to one guy here that had to get a new controller down the road because by playing what's it called, the Pinocchio game,
Liza
Lies of
P.
P.
Liza P. Yes, by playing Liza P. Again, I ruined the L button, which I ruined it by playing Sekiro, because basically I'm a Souls guy too. So yes, I'm pumped for this game, and trust me, they are working really fast to do this and to get this game on that platform because man, that hype goes away fast, and that's what's happening nowadays with gaming. And with the whole Capcom, Marvel versus Capcom situation, here's a fun fact, guys. I hear people, and I also read from somebody, and I mentioned this in the Good Morning Show, right? There was an article saying, "Oh yeah, Xbox, Capcom is skipping. Did Xbox lose Capcom's Plume? You said it. You said it in your morning videos too.
Oh,
Uh,
the MT framework.
no. Someone out there wrote an article saying that Capcom is losing like confidence with the Xbox and it's starting
Oh,
to. Yeah, somebody wrote that out there, and I saw that. I'm like, what? I mean, dude, did you forget that in July 24th? Is it July 24th? I don't know. We're getting a brand new, fresh out of the oven game from Capcom going into Game Pass. I mean, there's got to be something deeper into that instead of you coming out there telling everybody, yes, they're losing confidence because they gained trust over here, but yes, they lost the trust of Capcom. I mean, what's wrong with y'all? Why you got to write all this stupid stuff out there? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous, the things I see. Why do you got to put that on for what? To get the clicks? Come on, dude. Don't spread that news like that, man. Be honest. Just say, like, how Dark said it over here, and let me look for it real quick. He says, MT Framework is the game engine created by Capcom, right? So there's a problem with the MT engine over there on the Xbox Series X or something that's just not working. They got to figure out a way to pop in those
I
games over
I
there.
think it's more that there's no pipeline on Xbox anymore to get MT framework games released on the platform.
Oh,
That's
okay, okay.
that's what I understand. Basically, because their dev kits, I guess, don't support it anymore or something along those lines. Because the last time a game was released with that framework was in 2022.
Okay,
So
so that's why we didn't get Monster Hunter Tales, and that's why we didn't get the Marvel vs.
yeah,
Capcom
there's a
thing.
list of games. There's a list of games that skipped from Capcom that are all
Yeah,
MT framework. They're all MT framework.
and,
So it has to be that. I mean, that's the most logical conclusion, especially when you look at Capcom and the Game Pass deals and working with Xbox and stuff. I don't think it has anything to do with them hating the Xbox platform or anything like that. It's just they probably both sides don't see the return on
yeah,
investment for getting those games out there. That's
because
yeah.
there's a fun fact about this game because people went on a rant about Marvel vs. Capcom. Guys, the game came out in 360, and guess, guess how much it sold between both platforms. Take a guess on that, chat. How much y'all think it sold? Let's take a guess on that because everybody went out there on a rant. Oh no, Marvel vs. Capcom is not coming to Xbox. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You want to know how much it sold, guys? 1.4 million copies. Two platforms, or probably three, I don't know, but 1.4 million copies. That's all it sold. Jesus, my God. If people want to rant because of this, man, check your history a little bit before you go ranting about this. But yes, that's how much Marvel vs. Capcom 2 sold. Everybody went on the rant. I mean, for me, for example, no, I'm not getting my Punisher. I love my Punisher arcade game. It makes me mad I can't play it, but what can I do? This is happening. I mean, shit. It's an issue with the, like you said, with the MT framework thing that's going on. But it's not Xbox's fault, and people are trying to throw it out there that yeah, it's it sucks that they're losing confidence, they're losing the trust. What? Come on, dude. I mean, if like you said, Plume, they don't find it if it's not like in the money wise thing, then later on the road, if Marvel vs. Capcom gets a good review, gets a good people getting into it, buying it and stuff, then yes, they're considering to say let's bring it over here. Why the heck not? You know?
If anything, it's more like I wouldn't say it's not like it's both parties are should
Yeah,
figure out a way to get there. But if anything, this hurts Capcom more than it hurts Xbox
exactly,
because Capcom is going to miss out on sales on a game. Like I'm just assuming this because they're not really remaking a game from the ground up. They're adding some extra features and stuff. Like I have the other fighting collections, the Street Fighter 1 and the
I do too.
Capcom Fighting Collection, and they're great. Like the stuff that you can do in there, and you can play through those games, and it's awesome what they've done. But I doubt the development cost of those games are very high, so they're just missing out on just some easy high return on investment on that stuff. I would assume.
Exactly. That's how we gotta see it, and that's the truth.
All right, Lou,
What's up?
I don't see it exactly like you see it because here's the thing. I always give Xbox its flower when it's deserved, but this might not be Xbox fault. But at the end of the day, I do think it is affecting Xbox, whether it's minor or whether it's largely. But it's something that has happened not only this time, like it has happened with other games, uh, especially like a lot of a lot of other games that are more, I wouldn't say publishers, but other games like in the case of Wukong, for example. And here's the thing with these games, like the studios, at the end of the day, most of the time they need help, uh, in order to release a game. Like building a game, publishing the game, all that is not easy, and
I know.
sometimes you need the funding. And I I can't feel bad for them because, for example, Sony goes and provide the studio with more money in order for them to like make sure they prioritize their platform. I mean, that's something that Xbox,
Yeah.
first of all, like Microsoft, it's has way more money than them.
Hmm.
So you as a company that, right, you want the best for your customers, you have to find a way, you have to try to find a solution to to make it better for the basically the persons that want to play these games. Because you mentioned, okay, 1.4 million that game sold, but let's face it, like most of the fighting games, they don't
Yeah.
sell, like, especially back then, they didn't used to sell like 20 millions, 40 millions and all that million. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was probably the best fighting game at that time. So
Yeah, but Sourblow, okay, it was back in what 2000s or early 90s. I mean, late 90s, right? But here's the thing, though, when it got re-released, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the 360 and on PlayStation 3, it only sold 1.4 million copies
yeah, but
between both
that's on top
platforms.
of everyone that had played it before. So
No, no,
that's not a bad number at all. And then
back
the
in the
thing
day, no,
is
it's not. But
that you also got to think about is you're already building the doubt on consumers. Like, for example, someone that's a fan of you know like you said, a lot of people like to play, especially the kids right now. They like to play their Fortnites. They like to play their
hmm
Fall Guys. They like to play
hmm
their free to play
hmm
games.
hmm
But people like us that like to play all type of games, a lot of these games skipping the platform. You're starting to create doubt, and if you look at most of the hardcore gamers, they're probably most of them are moving to PC, and a lot of them don't even like PC. But why they're moving to PC? Because they know that they will
But
get it regardless, even though they don't like PC.
here's the thing, though, Sarah. This is what was commented on the issue, right? This is what was commented. We're excited for the launch of Black Myth Wukong on the Xbox Series S. We're working with game science to bring the game to our platforms. We can't comment. This is in bold letters. We can't comment on the deals made by our partners with other platform holders. So basically, when that was said, right? Because look, if I go in there, there's got to be a lot of red tape in there. That probably Xbox went in there and tried to fix all this red tape to get this to get their game, working and get it launched, the proper day. That's probably why maybe Phil Spencer said the slimy platform deals. That's probably he
But
probably went out there and said that because I'm just this is a theory of mine though. I'm not saying he confirmed it with this game though, but seriously, it's like it seems like Sony went in there or whoever went in there made a deal with these guys, and probably the deal has been broken now. They decided to work on it and
but
say, okay,
but
let's
here's the
reconsider.
thing, Lou. Here's the thing, Lou.
What's up?
This has been happening for a long time. I can't feel bad for him and for the platform because if this has been
Nope.
happening, you have to find a way to address it.
Sour, you can
So
if you have
you
a
are the bigger
contract.
company.
If you
So
have a contract and you sign a deal, right? If you have a contract, sign a deal, especially with how things were
okay,
going.
but
Because
what I'm
here's
saying is you
here's the
could
thing, though.
prevent this. You could try to
Okay, but
prevent this from
Sour,
happening.
wait a minute. What happens if they went in there, they signed a deal, and they saw how things are going? They decided, okay, let's rip off this deal, let's throw this out of the way, right? Let's throw this out of the way. Let's throw this deal out of the way because we all see what's happening right now with third party deals on PlayStation. They said let's throw this out of the way and let's start working fully on the Xbox because with these third party deals, what's happening over there? We see that the games aren't selling. Let's rip this off. Let's work fully on Xbox too. Let's bring it over there. I mean, that could happen, Sour, because again, we're not in there knowing what's going on. But at the end of the day, we all know that there has been a platform deal or
I
there has been a deal that actually did something to it. You know?
I think well, like I think there's deals that go on, but I think for specifically Marvel vs. Capcom, I just think it is the whole engine thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what it comes down to, and Xbox probably was just not on top of it. That's
Yeah.
where Xbox needs to step up and like be on top of those things and realize that these are games that people would want to play. But I don't think there's any sort of deal in there because if you do think about the game itself, right, like it's not actually releasing on PlayStation 5 either because PS5 doesn't support that framework, but they
Oh, we're
still
talking about we're talking about Wukong there, but go ahead, go ahead. All right,
oh yeah.
yeah,
So anyways, I was just I was just reading stuff, but anyways. Wukong, there's definitely, well, not definitely, but it sounds like there may be a deal based off of that quote because if you
Could be.
remember, um, when Jez Corden got that response, he even said on X after that he didn't actually even prompt or ask about the platform deals. They just kind of said that in their statement as just interesting why they would even say that if he was just
exactly.
asking about the technical differences and the optimization, why they would even bring that up in the quote.
Yeah, it was just a weird quote out there, but at the end of the day, we all know the game is coming. But they need to work on it fast because with the hype that's going on, it's gonna be a problem. The game is gonna go down later on. People probably are gonna go ahead and buy it if the hype is still going. But it's always better like when the game releases with the hype to go ahead and get it.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
It's a big game. Like it.
it's a big
I mean,
game.
especially if it hits how it looks, it's gonna be a big game, definitely. But moving on, let's move
Real,
to.
can, Real quick, you got something from the chat. He says, "Okay, it's our but there is an old game, Wukong. It was money hit it for X amount of time, and Sony wanted to overpay for this game. Then hey, it happens. Doesn't mean it's not coming, right? And there's one that says there are tons of games coming and major games also. You don't know if a dev just wanted to work with a partner over another. Look at all the major Square games that skipped PC and Xbox flopped. So he's right about that. You
Money
know?
talks. Money
Yeah.
talks, Lou, always.
Mm-hmm.
Money talks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the basically the big topic I broke. Oh my. Okay.
Fix it. Sorry, just went away. Well, one last thing. With so many amazing first party games coming to like Stalker 2, do you see so many people jumping or doom and glooming? That's another thing too. Oh
Uh,
man, they're responding
am I
everywhere.
back?
Yeah, you're back. All right.
Okay. Yeah, Stalker 2 is a great game.
You haven't
But
played. How do you know if it's great? Oh, I got
it's a
you, Vince.
great get. Great
Xbox
get.
literally has the biggest game to be released in
Oof.
the last, I don't know,
I
couple
mean,
of
look,
years at least. They have Power World.
they have
Yeah,
power.
yeah. But hey, media. Anyway, let's move
Exactly.
on.
Say it. Say it. Say what I said. It. Media's the one who caused all the commotion for nothing. They caused all this doom and gloom for nothing. It's a waste
Also,
of time.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say Wukong is gonna be a very mid game. I think it's being
Ooh.
very overblown about how good that game actually looks.
Ooh,
Going out here,
that's
and it's my
I,
hot
I
take.
I
It's
think
from
it looks
Game
great.
Science, so we really have no. There's
No
no
clue.
history on that dev studio. They made one other game, pretty much, I believe, and I know they have some Tencent backing, but like, it could just be shiny. It just could be a shiny
Yeah.
game. It looks good in trailers.
Yeah, I gotta say, at least from other games from studios that I'm kind of iffy, they have shown a lot of gameplay. It looks great, but we gotta wait till the game release. But it does look great, everything I see. But anyways, so shaping the next generation while conserving the past. So I want to go over all three platforms, and I want to get your guys' take on how do you think each one is doing it, and what do you guys think they can do better? So let's start with preservation. Things like backwards compatibility, compatibility with the peripheral. I think we kind of have a clear winner there who's kind of doing it better. But what are some things that you feel each platform can do better, or you wish that they would do for the next generation? Let's start with Axel. Axel's been pretty quiet.
yeah. You're pretty quiet.
Do you want to comment on anything from the previous topic before we move on?
Axel got quiet.
You think he's
You're
muted?
muted, Axel.
You're muted, Axel. You're muted, Axel.
Lou says that kids don't care about Xbox and all that stuff, but I have
No,
lots of
no, no,
nephews,
no, 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 no. Never say they don't
Lou,
and
care
why
about
they
it.
care a
are you gonna
lot.
say that?
The
I did not.
console
No, I did
war.
not say that. No, no, no. I said that right now. For example, the word exclusive to them is like, okay, what's an exclusive? It's
Said
not
they
like
don't
us
care
because
about Xbox.
I never said they care about Xbox. Never said that. I never said that.
Yeah.
The thing is that I said that Xbox needs to market itself better, so now kids can say, okay, Xbox has games. Because look, I'm saying it for example for my nephew. My nephew thought the Xbox was a PS5. I'm not kidding you. He thought that, and I was like, did you know you played games on the Xbox? Like, oh, that's an
Lou,
Xbox.
I don't believe you. You said Zelda was what? What
Tears of the
game?
Kingdom. Oh, Souls game, Souls like. Yeah, Zelda's Souls like.
No.
It felt like
No, no,
Souls like.
that's not what you said earlier. You said something else. You said it was
What?
another game. But anyway, back to
Ooh.
I
Axel.
said Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
so
was Tears of the Kingdom.
the Xbox PlayStation war in schools here is borderline violent, way more violent than the Nintendo Sega war that we had.
Oh yeah,
So,
that was fun
consoles
times.
matter,
It's because of social media. It has to be. That's
Yeah,
very
the
and
social
violent.
Yeah.
media. Yeah,
I hate to say it, in the console war where your console's your weapon, the games are the bullets,
Yeah.
right? And one console has always had more ammo than the other console when it comes to exclusives because of money handing deals or whatever, right?
hmm
And Xbox just needs to realize that that matters for some people's purchasing reference, right? That's all I'm saying. They need to understand that it matters to them if they're going to choose a console with more games or with less games. Like I understand that Xbox wants Game Pass to be the seller of their console, as Microsoft is very much a services based company, but I don't think it's going to work over very, very well. Like if they would have launched the Xbox Series X or Series X and Series S and said, "Oh, hey, by the way, all of our games are now maybe going to be exclusive. We're not going to tell you which ones in the future, but they may or may not be on your console in the future." I think they would have sold even less Series X.
I think so
That's
too.
all I'm saying.
the thing is though, Axel, things have taken a shift, right? And so the market is changing, and that's something that we need to understand what's been going on. Because look, Axel, when you look back, right? We all know
Mhm.
that Xbox was the one that went day and date on PC back in 2014 or 2015 when it says Play Anywhere. Remember the Play Anywhere thing?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
so
still on.
yeah, we went in there. We're like, yeah, PC is part of the Xbox thing, but at the end of the day, Xbox is a platform, PC is another platform. That's how it is, right? You, but they decided to do the Play Anywhere thing, and then later on during the years, because this is where things shift and people don't talk about it, but I do talk about it a lot because I do tell people this is what's happening. PlayStation did that shift with Horizon Zero Dawn back in 2019 or 2020 when they said, okay, now it's time for us to put our games to PC.
Hmm.
PlayStation has gone third party long time already. The thing is, media, fans, and everybody are not willing to accept that. I mean, there was even an article that came out right after when Sony announced the whole Lego thing, Horizon going to Nintendo Switch, and now they're saying, "Oh, the console exclusive is kind of dying, but it sounds like it's a good thing." Now they talk about it, but when Xbox did it, it was horrible. It was doom and gloom. They're going out of business, but yet Sony's doing it, and everybody's saying, "Oh, it's a good thing they're doing it now." But
The thing
that's
the thing you
insane.
keep focusing on this PC thing, and I
Yeah,
understand it, right? PC's
yeah.
the master race for a reason, right? You can play whatever you want on PC, whether it comes there officially or not. Let's just be honest
Hmm.
with that, okay? I can play whatever I want on PC, whether it
I would
officially releases
never
on PC or
pirate.
not. It's the master race for a reason, right? But out of the three platform holders, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, outside of the MLB required license, no, neither Nintendo nor PlayStation are putting anything on Xbox.
Okay, but we probably might see it down the line because look,
Destiny.
Well, we could, maybe. I don't know. Who
Destiny.
knows if the
No,
There's
Xbox
Destiny.
will exist in the
There's
future?
there's there's there's
Destiny.
Destiny. Now we're getting Predator Hunting Grounds. Now we're getting another one that was a third party exclusive that is coming to. We got
Yeah, third
Humanity.
party
That was a,
exclusive deals dying
yeah,
out are not my concern. And Destiny, that
yeah. But
was
I,
it was
multi
already in the
plat for a
top.
long time
Yeah.
before
now
PlayStation
now now
bought
now
them.
now here comes my biggest question. Now here
Yeah,
comes my biggest question. With all the games coming that Xbox is going to bring to the table, do you actually care if a God of War jumps over here? I mean, we got
yeah,
so
I
much
do. I would
stuff.
literally bought a PS5 for God of War.
Oh my. Okay, then you're a fan of
If
God
God
of
of War
War.
was on my Xbox, I wouldn't have bought a
I mean, but
PS5.
okay, but I bought the PS5 for the exclusive. Right now, it's collecting dust over here, not doing nothing. It's clean
That's
as
your
out.
PS5. That's your problem, Crazy
I mean,
Louie.
there's nothing. There's nothing to it right now. There's nothing to play on there. I'm sorry, but at
Yeah,
the end, of the day, though, I mean, you're like you came for what? One God of War, one Last of Us, one of this, just to play those games when you know the lineup that Xbox is bringing to the table. And when it comes, okay, cool. But now look at all the stuff we're having. I mean, Jesus,
but
Xbox
Lou,
has a huge lineup. What's up?
Lou, if okay, look at everything that's coming to Xbox. Great. But if you have a PS5 and
It's also coming to PS5.
you see that it's also coming to PS5,
Okay.
Yeah,
and then
Doom
you
also
have,
coming to PS5.
Oh, go ahead, buy it. Buy it. I'll say, go
I
ahead and
mean,
buy it. I'll say,
But the
buy
thing
it.
is with all of this,
I
like
mean, why? If you're someone that purchased this game,
Okay.
you don't care about Game Pass. Why why even own an Xbox?
but
I
Why
mean,
even?
it is
I
true.
don't
I
even think
agree.
Xbox cares though. That's the thing.
And
No,
that's
know
the
that. I
problem.
They
know
don't
that.
care
Thank
if
you,
people buy
Don't.
Doom on
Bloom.
PlayStation. They don't care.
They're getting that money.
Exactly.
They
They're
don't.
banking.
The thing is, like, I think you've all made some good points here. I think I honestly, like, the more you sit back and you see what's happening, Xbox, in terms of the amount of consoles they have out there, users active, they're probably in like the 50 million range or something like that. That's still a large user base, and they're not
Yeah.
just going to abandon those people. So they're obviously, what they're doing, I think, is slowly shifting as many people just into the ecosystem, playing their games in different ways. And then there'll probably be a cutoff point. I don't know what that is, how many active users they have on console. I don't know what that number specifically would be, but it'll be less than 50 million. I think far less than that. And then they'll probably phase out the consoles. But until the box gets to that point, they're still going to be making the console for people. They're not going to abandon all the customers they have. But they don't care if you buy Doom on PlayStation. They're still making money off of it. That's
Exactly.
a reality of it.
They're
They don't
Yeah.
banking.
care.
They don't care,
Absolutely.
and that's the
And here's
thing. But here's the thing, though, because we're look, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? We're talking here because we're now, like I said earlier, we're now part of the old age, right? We're part of the old age. We do care. We have fought for exclusives for many times. I mean, I was one of the guys out there. I was like, man, I hope Xbox has an exclusive line so I can tell the Sony fanboys, look what we have, and you guys don't. But at the end of the day, though, the way business is going, everything is going, right? And not only that, you got this company that is out there purchasing all the publishers, all the big publishers and other companies, right? I
Hmm.
mean, look, they look what all they went through with the FTC and everything that went on. So they still had a court thing with FTC, which now they withdrew because basically they just don't have any more ammo to throw in there. Xbox killed every narrative they have, right? And that's it. I mean, they don't have any narrative they have. So now Xbox can go out and buy something else, and they cannot literally come around and say, "Hey, look, you got this." Xbox will say, "No, I already completed what y'all complained with. This is my paperwork. Here you go. I have my games over here, no problem. And yes, I'm backing for this." That's what they're doing. And you're talking about, like, for example, right? You're saying that people might not come to Xbox. But listen though, listen to this. We're now leaving the end of console wars. It's dying. Console wars is the thing that's been dying. The whole exclusive thing has been dying. Is dying. All that stuff is dying. Now we're gonna be talking about is the service wars. What is gonna be the service wars? Oh yeah, you got Doom over there. You pay 70. Well, I pay 15 over here. Let's say it increases to 20, for example. This is just a theory. Oh, I'm paying 20 right now over here. Wait, you pay 70? I pay 20. Okay. Go ahead and pay your 70. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, you pay 70? Okay. And then I come around and say, look, with all the Xbox games that release, you pay 70 for them. I've been playing this for this much, and look how much you spent over here to play these $7 games. Why don't you hop on over here? And once people start seeing that, once people start seeing that, they'll be like, damn, because at the end of the day, like Sauer says, money talks, right? Money's
Yep,
the thing that talks. We're
definitely.
gonna we're gonna have to say money because listen, I mean, if I sit here and I tell you guys, when was the last time you guys purchased a game? They're like, well, like the last game I purchased, it was on a deal, this and this and this, right? I bought it for this price or something. But right now for Game Pass, we've been busy. I mean, we got so many games on freaking Game Pass, we just don't look anywhere else. It's insane. Do you remember what I said that my PS5 is collecting dust? It's because I just been too busy with all the games coming to Game Pass. I mean, even though the indie game comes, I try it. I play every single game that comes to Game Pass. No joke. So once Xbox, which their biggest fault, and once they actually get that fixed, which we all heard the news that the guy who did the marketing left, let's see how it picks up. Once they get that marketing down, these guys, I'm telling you, are going to be
Yeah.
unstoppable.
I also think, Lou, to add, because I do think, consoles are slowly gonna
Yeah,
keep dipping. I don't think they're necessarily going away, but they're definitely gonna start dipping.
yeah.
Um, I think the one move that Xbox has to do, besides fixing their marketing, of course, is also they already have cloud gaming.
Mhm.
I feel like they should make cloud kind of like its own platform where like they start also giving you the option to buy the games by cloud. I know cloud is not there yet, but it will eventually. And why not have another, like, make it like another incentive to kind of like sell game there. So while you're building that platform there, for example, because it's kind of it's gonna be its own platform, you get a head jump ahead of everyone else because that's the one thing that developers have to make a choice, especially like indie developers. They have to make a choice when they're gonna develop a game. Sometimes they're trying to develop it to all the platform, but in the middle of development, they figure out, hey, we can't do all the platforms. We're gonna have to make a sacrifice. And is if the game is not coming to Game Pass, they're not getting the upfront money from Game Pass, then most likely the platform they're gonna cut is Xbox because that's the one with the least player base.
Yeah.
Steam is a great platform for indie game. Nintendo is a great platform also if you could get it to run on the Switch, and if it's one of these more like Unreal Engine 5, then you got the PS5 with Hatchet and the PlayStation, which has a higher player base than Xbox. Unfortunately, that's the fact. That's the truth. So I feel that they need to find other ways to go around. The other thing is that there's the whole rumor that they're trying to make the console for it to run like Steam like natively and all that. If you can make the next console basically be a PC, but with a console experience, you kind of fix your issue there because basically developers will be developing for PC and they don't have the excuse no longer of, oh, we're gonna skip you because your player base is, it's low.
Yeah,
So
but Sour, the thing is, right? Because we don't know how, because look, spokesperson came out and said their user base is huge, right? He came out and said it live, right? So we probably the exact number. I don't know
he
how
has
much.
come out and said a lot of things,
Yeah, I know. That's true.
Will.
He has come out and said a lot of things. That's true, though. That's true, though. But listen, after I know Call of Duty comes out, there's going to be a shift. I believe so. It's not going to be like the shift like we probably wanted
Not
it to be.
night and day, yeah, no.
It's going to be a shift. It's going to be a shift compared to what it is now. It's going to be a shift, right? And so I'm telling you this. Why? Because right now something is happening. Game Pass is something that people are even asking questions. What is Game Pass? Even Plume mentioned this. That there's a lot of people that didn't know what Game Pass is, and now people are asking questions about this because why? This game that has got 56 million views just on YouTube, 56 million views. That's insane. People saw that Game Pass coming up, they're gonna start asking questions. So once they see that Game Pass, they say, "Oh man, wait, $70 compared to 15, or $40 for this, so compared to 70." I mean, damn,
Uh,
let's go get this. That's what's gonna
real
happen.
real quick, Lou, I want to
What's up?
respond to Jesse B.
Yeah, what's up?
She says that, or she or he says, as much as I liked them to do that, people did not go for that with Stadia. A lot of people felt like they didn't own anything and it was locked away from them. I think it's very different with if Xbox does it because one, they have the infrastructure. They also have Game Pass, and the other thing is, let's say you buy the game in the cloud, but then they decide to drop cloud gaming, the most likely they're gonna do the play anywhere. So you're still gonna own the game somewhere. Like you're gonna own it on the Microsoft store, you're gonna own it on the Xbox platform. With Stadia, like I personally didn't want to take a chance because it's like, okay, if they drop Stadia, where do I own the game? Like, that's a huge chance you're taking
Hmm.
right there. If you
Yeah.
built your library there with Xbox, even though you're taking a chance in cloud gaming, you're still gonna own it. Like if
Mhm.
cloud gaming doesn't go as well. So
Well,
that's
I
why I
think
think
that
of it.
lends itself perfectly into our next topic because the difference between Stadia Cloud and Xbox Cloud is preservation. Xbox is amazing at it.
Yes.
Exactly. Preservation. There you go.
Yeah,
Actually taking us to the next topic. All right.
Oh,
He's been
thank you.
quiet for a while. He's
That
been
was a
quiet for a while.
great
I listen.
transition.
I've been listening.
All right.
So if we're done with the topic, guys, I think we've all said
Yeah, yeah,
our
yeah.
piece.
All right.
We got our opinions, and I don't think we're gonna change anybody else's.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So game preservation. I'm huge into game preservation as a. I love to collect video games, but some of these collectible games are very expensive. When you look at games like that. So to me, it's a huge plus if some of these games are available via backwards compatibility or they get re-released or something like that, much like the Mega Man collections, right? And
yes.
much like these X-Men this Marvel collection would have been, right? So I love it when some of these games are re-released because it saves me money to buy them as a collection instead of one by one on their original platforms,
Definitely.
right? So I'm huge into this. So I like the way that Xbox does it the most. The fact that if you have the game, you can buy it, throw the disc in, and it's gonna work. If not, you can buy it on their store because the stores are still there and play it on with backwards compatibility. Like I bought Guardian Heroes not too long ago. That was for the Sega Saturn, right? I bought it for like $5 on the Xbox store, and I played it. And I'm like, yeah. mission accomplished. I don't feel like this dying need to go spend. I don't even know how much it is. Let me look it up.
Lot.
Yeah, how much is Guardian Heroes? Anybody? Guardian Heroes. On the Saturn, $196. Thank God I spent $5. Okay, I don't need to spend $196 on it.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that, with the way Xbox does it. I especially like it because this game preservation that they're doing is coming across, as Louis said, to that PC, to that Game Anywhere. So you can, in the future, they said that you're going to start being able to access your digital game library. So I'll be able to access it on the cloud and maybe even on PC or whatever, right? So I think Xbox, no one in recent times has done more for game preservation than Xbox has, right? And that's just the fact. The next person that I think is doing a really good job is Nintendo. They're a little more shady than Xbox, right? As if you want to play old games, you either got to buy them at full price for $60 on the Switch store, or you got to subscribe to Nintendo Plus Online Plus Expansion or something like that, I think is what it's called.
Some weird naming, but yeah. So it has
And
expansion. I know that.
yeah, Plus Expansion Pass. And you get access to all these classic games on the Nintendo, the SNES, the N64, stuff like that, right? So I think their online service is not so much concerned with their subscription service is not so much concerned with giving you access to the games that you buy on the Nintendo Switch stores. It's already a mobile handheld system. They're concerned with, hey, access all these fun games with on the emulator that's made to run on the Switch with save states and all that good stuff, right? So that also saves me money because I'd rather play if I feel like the need to play. I think they brought Musha on the Genesis over to the Nintendo Switch Online Plus Extra, and Musha is like $100 game, and I'm like, or I could pay $100 for a year's worth of Nintendo Switch Online, play Musha and a bunch of other classic games.
Yeah.
So I totally think Nintendo's doing the second best job. PlayStation used to be great with PS1, PS2, PS3. And then they took a step backwards at PS4, and now they're starting over at PS5 because you can insert a lot of PS4 discs directly into PS5 and they'll work. So that's great on PlayStation. Shout out to them. The one part I don't like about PlayStation is that for the first party games they charge you the $10 upgrade fee, whereas on Xbox you don't get charged that. You buy one game and you get the best version for your console. That's awesome. That's awesome sauce, right? So the fact that PlayStation is like, hey, yeah, you can play that, but you don't get the upgraded graphics. You don't get the 60 frames unless you upgrade. Pay $10 more, right? I heard rumors that they're trying to do backwards compatibility with PS3, but until it happens, I won't believe it because I just don't believe them. Just saying, there was a when before the PS5 launch, somebody was talking something about they gave it a cool name, like a retro engine or something like that was going to be native to PS5, and that basically did everything that the Xbox system does. But when it comes to game preservation, I think PlayStation's the worst at it. So I still need to fork out lots of money for those great PlayStation games that I can play on my older PlayStation consoles, right? Yeah. So that's the way I'll rank them. Xbox is number 1, Nintendo number 2, PlayStation number 3. But if we want to go for the MVP, PC is the MVP, as I can play anything on PC, no matter what. No matter what.
He's a PC guy. There you go.
Yeah.
You got him there.
I like playing on Xbox is my preferred way of playing, but I'm not going to deny that the PC master race. Yeah. If you know how to mess with it, you are definitely gaming like nobody else.
That would not be my thing. I mean, imagine me, handling with with the PC, especially me since I'm on a live stream. I was putting up the sound instead of working on the resolution of the game to get it on Streamlabs to work fine to get into the picture frame. So that would not be a good thing for Lou to handle PC. I'll probably
The,
blow it up.
the sweet thing about PC is you could do this. Watch.
What? What do what? What do I do?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can connect those bad boys.
Yep. And you can have the same experience.
That's right. Or you can
Even
even upgrade
better.
them to with some third-party Hyperkin or 8-bit Doe versions and get them wireless to your PC, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely agree with Axel. I believe the whole panel probably will agree on the order. Uh, Besides video game, also I also think that Xbox does a pretty good job with the peripherals. They're also backward compatible, and vice versa. They did it with I believe you can use the Xbox Series controller on the Xbox One S and One X, and that's pretty cool that they
It
did
is
that.
cool, absolutely.
Do you guys want to Plume and Crazy? You want to add anything with the backwards compatibility
But the
subject?
backwards compatibility subject. I mean, with preservation and things, what's going on with that? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we know Xbox is doing the most amazing job with it. So yeah, I mean, it's the way to go because that's what people are doing nowadays. It's like Xbox was talking about his ultimate gaming PC, but look at you, Sour. You pulled up with your OG controllers, because hey, that's what people are doing. It's funny because I saw this meme. Of people, they get the 4090, they get the best motherboard, they get all this stuff, right? And when they turn on the PC to play Super Mario Bros. 1, like, where the hell did you get all this stuff for? You play Super
Oh
Mario
yeah,
Bros. 1,
there's
yeah.
people.
And that's true. That's true. That's true. I mean, it's funny, but it's true, though. It's true. I mean, and why not? Bring back compact, preserve it, because look, when we sit down, like, look, a lot of us, we sit down, we talk games. I'll give you guys an example of a game that probably sends shivers down your back, right? Let's bring up like the old Rainbow Six games. Let's bring up the old Ghost Recon games,
Oh, I
for
love those.
example. See, there you go. There's one that said it. You got SOCOM, the old SOCOM games, which are amazing. Stuff like that. Those old games that we actually love and play, man. Bring them back and preserve them. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, you know what I would like? Not only Xbox, but basically all platforms and all developers. Hopefully, that's something that they start thinking about for game preservation. Is a lot of the games sometimes they suffer because of licensing, and they have issues in the future where they can't bring the game because of that. Um, when they develop the game, I'm like sure maybe there's songs that go better with the game, but maybe they can find way to have like a plan B where like in the future if they maybe you can play it without that song, you have a substitute song or maybe you can do like a lifetime license thing, but something to kind of counter that because it's sad that some games, unfortunately, because of that, they they don't come back or you can't replay them
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
unless you have a PC.
Unless you got a PC, you can always put whatever soundtrack you want on a PC.
And,
Yep.
I got a question though. Wouldn't this kill emulation in gaming if they do all this game preservation from the back, bringing those
No.
backlogs back? Wouldn't it kill like emulation? Because we
No,
all know.
because
Hmm.
the backbone of emulation is preservation.
I know, I
Yes.
And
know.
people like Nintendo have figured that out, and they've started doing emulation to
Exactly.
do preservation. And Xbox started doing the Xbox 360 emulation, and
Uh,
then of course they made it much better than some guy writing a program on open source software could do it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But
and look
Ni-
at it, look at it now.
Nin-
I mean, we benefited from it.
no.
Nintendo is the biggest enemy to emulation.
Oh
To be
Yep.
man,
Oh
honest,
yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
they're
Yeah,
the
they
biggest.
benefit
And
from it.
and I agree, Axel, with your rankings as of today. But it's because the one thing with Nintendo is like they were doing it even far better with the Wii U and the Nintendo Wii with the Virtual Console stuff.
Yeah, the
And
Virtual
they,
Console was great.
yeah. So I wish they would just bring that back. I wish they would have never cut that off.
Hmm. All
But
those purchases gone.
yeah. So
But
and yeah, game preservation, it's huge. It's huge going forward. And as somebody who does emulate, like I'm playing, I have the analog pocket, and I'm using that right now for like GBA, and you can play SNES and stuff on it, and that thing's awesome. So it's
Mhm.
definitely huge for just getting stuff that you can't play anymore. And we're seeing games be delisted, and it's just the future right now in the all digital era is kind of scary. If you're somebody who likes collecting games, if you're somebody who just wants to play stuff that isn't popular, and so
Yeah, I would kind of wish that these companies, but being a pro emulator here, pro game preservation, that they would let you, instead of Nintendo, suing people for $30 million for doing game preservation, where you can get something that's virus free and official from a website. They shut down all the official distributors, so then you're only left with back channels, and Lord knows what you're downloading on those back channels.
Yeah.
You could be downloading some serious viruses onto your computer, or onto your device, whatever it is. And I really wish that they would give us that window, like, oh, hey, here's the Super Mario Bros. The original ISO from NES to run on an
yeah.
emulator,
You think
right?
that it would be a no brainer too for Nintendo. I
Yeah,
don't think it would be that hard to distribute, and then people would pay like a
Yep.
couple bucks for it easily, and they would
and
sell
they could do
tons.
it on subscription. Like, hey, you
Yeah,
can download as many of these ROMs as you want, as long as you pay, whatever they
Yeah.
charge. And I promise you, people would pay.
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel
and there's
oh, sorry. I was gonna
uh,
say real quick, for a fair price, I feel most people are willing to pay, especially like for Nintendo games,
Hmm.
if they
yeah.
would find a way. But go ahead, Plume.
I was just gonna say there's that Ant Stream subscription service. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah,
tried it.
yeah. Hmm.
There's that, and I don't.
Yeah,
Is
where they were
Nintendo big
giving
on
out
there or not?
5 lifetime subscriptions. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Like, are there a lot of Nintendo? I haven't checked it out, but are there a lot of Nintendo licensed game on there? Or are they kind of
Most of what I notice is on Antstream is older stuff like Atari or Commodore and arcade stuff.
yeah?
Very little licensed stuff. Like, I'm talking like old 1960s, 1970s stuff on Antstream or homebrew.
All right. Well, moving from the past to the future, I want to talk a little bit about innovation. Now, Axel gave us a ranking for preservation, but I want Plume actually to give us a ranking on innovation. Now, innovation, you can count, the tech, the hardware, the feature, how they're doing with the cloud, maybe VR, AR, portability, all that crammed into one. How would you give your
Oh,
ranking?
so
And you can talk more about like what you think in general about.
there's just like you have to kind of break it down, I guess, into different categories. I think okay, so from like the service and console experience perspective and everything, I think Xbox is on top there. When you think about the Play Anywhere, you have, I mean, just like things like Quick Resume that no one really talks about anymore. But just think about how much that has made the console gaming experience far better than we've had in previous generations, where you have a bunch of games loaded up. It, that you just wherever you turned off your console, you can even unplug your console and bring it to another TV, and and you're right back to where it is and how fast it loads and everything. Um, the backwards compatibility stuff we just talked about, like the auto HDR and the FPS boost, that type of stuff on console, I think Xbox is definitely leading the way. Then after that, I mean, it's probably PlayStation for that because the Nintendo Switch is still pretty basic of what you have from a console experience and UI and the actual features on there. I mean, they still don't have a real online experience. You're still using like a phone app, right, to talk with people and stuff like that. So I would say there, in terms of like controllers, the PlayStation definitely is innovated on the controller far more than Xbox has with the dual sense, with the haptic feedback and the triggers and everything. Not that I'm a big fan of the dual sense triggers. That's one thing that's kind of annoying whenever I kind of turn those off when I play games, if it's unless it's a just a very immersive single player game. So but the controller itself is definitely a big jump from the PS4. The Joy Cons were cool too. They had haptic feedbacks and pass them around and have multiplayer and stuff. But um, I think the DualSense tops it there, and then probably the Xbox controller has been it's the best ergonomically, but definitely the least innovative out of them all so far. Um, Tech wise, they're all pretty like the PlayStation and Xbox are the same. They're basically the same thing under the hood. Xbox is a little bit more powerful. The Nintendo Switch, though, when they came out with that in 2017, still holds up today for the amount of games that are coming out of it. The portability, the everything you have from switching to the TV back to the console. I mean, that definitely was a game changer going from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch. So very excited to see what they're going to be doing with the Switch too. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different categories you could rank innovation on, but overall, from like, do you think generationally, I think Xbox has kind of been at the forefront, and then you see companies follow. You see PlayStation specifically following them. If you go all the way back to the OG Xbox with their online service, and then you go to like the 360, you have like the achievements and everything, and then you move forward. You have Game Pass. You have the play anywhere stuff. You have the backwards compatibility that they put in this generation, where PlayStation had started saying that they only believed in generations, then
Yep.
quickly saw that that wasn't something that fans really wanted. So, um, yeah, I'd say overall, Xbox has definitely been an innovator. Not that the innovation that they do gets them ahead. They just it's important because the other companies see the stuff, and then it creates the competition, which brings other companies closer to where Xbox is in terms of that innovation.
It's
I don't
true.
know if I ranked anything there, but that's just kind of my thoughts.
No, that's fine. Uh, Lou, I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna go to our guest to
Go
get
for
his
it.
take on this, and then after that, I'm actually gonna move to the final part that I want to get to, because that's
Okay.
where I really want to talk a little bit more about,
Okay, go for it.
and I don't want to like
Okay, just put me in
go
jail.
too much
Cause
overboard.
just put me in jail
But
because chat wanted that. So put me in jail for a bit.
I need to get the cell bars again. I need to get them. I need to get them here. But
Well, we need
Axel,
we need the boxing burger timeout thing again. That's what
oh
we need.
yeah, that one was cool too.
Yeah.
But Axel, do you agree with Plume's ranking, or does he has it backwards, or how do you feel
I
about
mean, I agree with a lot of
innovation?
what he said. There's current tech. First off, I want to shout out to Data RAM. They're the ones who invented the SSD, and yeah, that's the best innovation in gaming ever. The SSD.
The
Shout out to them
magical
because
SSD.
the SSD gave rise to the flash drives and all that other stuff that we use to play games, including the carts. So shout out to them. That's the best innovation ever in gaming. But okay,
Nice.
the current state of innovating, I would say the best overall experience is definitely held by Xbox. The like Big Plume says, they have the most ergonomic controller, right? They have that does exactly what you need it to do, and it works everywhere. Anywhere, it works with your PCs, it works with your Xbox, it works everywhere. No extra anything needed. The simplicity of it all, Xbox is doing it great. They innovated with the quick resume. They've innovated with the Xbox Play Anywhere, Game Pass. I mean, come on, Game Pass, great innovation. Who would have thought that a subscription video gaming service would have been so amazing? I did. Even though I was a day one subscriber, I had my doubts, and all those doubts are gone now. I am a for life subscriber now. Um, and Xbox with a bit more on the tech side, the fact that they have Dolby Atmos on their consoles, for those of us that are huge like that, the fact that they had that the Dolby Atmos on headphones worked, the Dolby Vision works for if you played Cyberpunk 2077 with Dolby Vision versus not Dolby Vision. It was huge difference. um just shout out to them for always pushing that technology limit. I feel like Xbox is always on the forefront of technology, right?
Yep.
And as a gamer and a PC guy, that's important to me, right? Especially all available at a great price at $500. PlayStation, they're shout out to them for innovating. You know that, believe it or not, I think that touchpad they have on their controller, you know, where they have it right here, that
Yep.
little
Yeah.
touchpad
Yeah.
that they have. I think that's probably one of their best inventions ever. Um,
Better than
I
blowing on the controller.
no, the touchpad, not the microphone. No, that's the worst invention ever.
That's
We're
the
talking about
worst
innovation,
invention. Yeah.
innovation, right? um, you know that's really good for them, and UI simplicity. Believe it or not, the UI simplicity just goes a long way. PlayStation kept it simple, but for mobile gaming, obviously Nintendo's the king of mobile gaming. No one even comes close. No one's been able to compete. You know,
Yeah.
they are, and the fact that they got a system that will go between mobile and dock mode without any extra work, that's
Yeah.
awesome. You
Yeah.
know, because you can pick up your Switch and keep playing, or you can just put it down and automatically shows up on your TV. I think that's great. But yeah, I'd say the best overall experience for gaming, it's hands down Xbox, hands down.
All right. Well, speaking about games, that's where I want to jump into, and like the whole topic, shaping the next generation while conserving the past. Now, sure, backwards compatibility, that's all great. But I think at the end of the day, we want to play new games. We want them to innovate, but we also want them to somehow remind us of the past. Um, I think the Xbox showcase showed a lot of that. We saw the the Gears of War E-Day. For me personally, seeing Joanna Dark, that you know that for me was like great because I'm a big Perfect Dark fan, and I think you like putting other example. For example, God of War, the 2018. It's kind of an evolution, but at the same time, you still have some of the old stuff that I understand some people might not like the change. Me personally, I like the older God of War, but you also got to understand that sometimes the franchise has to evolve, which is something, for example, with the new Perfect Dark, which there's a lot of things that I'm expecting not to see. Like, for example, it's probably not going to have multiplayer. It's probably not going to have all the modes that the previous one have. So I was expecting that, but I did like a lot of what I saw. So my question to you guys is, uh, how do you see like the evolution of gaming, and do you guys think that, for example, for IPs like Perfect Dark, like Years of War, like Halo, like I'm sorry, like maybe The Last of Us, etc., Uncharted, do you still have to kind of like keep it in a way where it still respect the older titles, or do you guys think that doesn't matter as long as you make it its own like new stuff? I'm not sure if I'm asking the question correctly, but let me start with you, Plo.
Um, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because, like, from my perspective, I like respecting the older stuff, and I like seeing them take the older games, the older narratives, the older stories and characters, and sure, giving a more shiny look, better gameplay, but just still respecting the canon of it, I guess. And we see a lot of that changing. So from that perspective, not a big fan of that. But for like, if you're putting in I don't know, a brand new game in a series like you're talking about Perfect Dark, yeah, I think like you definitely still need to keep it in line with the origins of it. But you can, we saw the gameplay. I mean,
Yeah,
they've greatly improved and made the gameplay more modern and just it looks phenomenal. And I think it's going to play much more. It's going to be way more fun than the older games. by a mile because of how good that game was looking gameplay wise. So, um, I think that, we see innovation in those ways. Um, but I think like or for like going forward, what we're gonna see, we're kind of already seeing it with the change in gaming is going to be not just from it's not really going to be so much about the games themselves. It's going to be how we're accessing and playing these games overall. I mean,
Mhm.
that's kind of what it is. We already know what the future is going to
You,
be.
you
It's
think? Sorry to interrupt you. You think we hit a pinnacle on how games are gonna like play and look and all that?
I think graphically we've been at that point for a while where you get small incremental graphical. People always love to talk about the fidelities and the frame rates and stuff, and frame rates
Yeah.
obviously on console now we're finally getting 60 frames per second for most games, so that's something that hopefully continues to get better. But like the actual fidelity and the details in games, yeah, sure, there are some games that blow us away and they look really really good, but they're if you seriously sit back and you go back to the Xbox One to now, or even to the Xbox 360 until now, you can see the difference. But it's not like when we went from the Super Nintendo to the
N64.
N64, or like the N64, then the GameCube, and then the OG Xbox and PS2. Like
Yeah.
I don't think we will really ever have another major just holy crap, this is completely different. This is
How
nothing
about
we've
like
seen before.
playability and other stuff?
Um, playability, no, I mean, I think we're kind of there. I mean, games play great. The only other would be like VR, if they improve on VR, or if there's a new thing that comes out where you're wearing like a full suit and you can feel everything happening within the game, stuff like that. I think we may see in the future. But I feel like the way that the games are playing, can we think of a game recently that's really changed gameplay or given us something so unique that we've never experienced before in video games? I can't really think of anything.
Vampire Survivor.
Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah. And there's so many more people
Half-Life
making
Alyx.
games. I haven't played that, but I want to play that for sure. I really
Oh,
want.
I heard about that. Yeah.
As soon as I have
heard.
PSVR 2, so when that finally gets its PC connectivity, I'm gonna play it.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, same for our guests at Axel.
Oh, me first? I thought Louis was going to go first. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
we leave Lou for last.
Okay. So I'm about out with the old, in with the new. In the Halo, I'm going to use Halo as an example because this is like huge in the Halo community. You got the Team No Sprint, which basically just wants everything to play like that basically complains about every change and update to Halo ever made. So Halo 4 sucks, Halo 5 sucks, Halo 6, Halo Infinite sucks because it doesn't play like Halo 3. Like I call them that all they want is Halo 3 remastered. Like that's literally all they want, right? And me, I'm all into it. Like the Halo 5 movement with the jetpacks and all that was so amazing. And then they got rid of it for Halo Infinite because the loud minority of Halo fans complained about it, and I thought that was silly. So I'm all about, give me new gameplay style. Let me play my game. The fact that Master Chief couldn't run back in the Xbox 360, or sorry, Xbox OG Xbox, that's a limitation of the console. The current console can do a lot more. Let me have it. Let me experience it. So I definitely want that. I'm definitely in with the giving new ways to play. Like you said, the God of War thing, where the old one was a isometric beat 'em up, I guess,
Yeah. It's
and the
kinda,
new one is an over the shoulder game.
yes.
I like that. I like that change. I'm definitely into it. The that whole progression of games is so good for me. Like I don't know if you remember playing racing games back on like Nintendo, and you had a turn coming up. It didn't feel like you were turning. Versus now, when you get on Forza Motorsports or Forza Horizon and you turn, you feel like you're turning, right?
Yeah. I honestly, I don't
Well,
even
in
think you
with the
were
new.
turning. I think it was more like
Yeah, it was just the background that was moving, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's my whole point. Thank you. Yeah, that's my whole point. So out with that old no run movement. Give me the jetpacks. Give me the sprinting. Give me the aiming down sights. Give me all of that. I am really into all that stuff. And Um,
Give us linear, right? We want more linear games, right?
oh, whoa, Crazy! You take that linear back to Nintendo.
Wait a minute. We want some of that, man. We want some of that. It's just like Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon. It was linear. Just go in there, blow things up, and that's it. Get out. That's
Yeah,
what we want.
it,
Exactly.
yeah. I wouldn't mind playing games like I love Hellblade 2. That's super linear, super duper linear, right?
Super linear. Yeah.
And I loved it. I do love a fantastic linear experience. I'm not gonna bash on that,
Exactly. Miss that. It's many
but you
more
know,
games like
like
that.
That's because your
the,
PlayStation has so much dust, Louis. You could experience all those games every day if you wanted.
Exactly.
Oh
There
no!
you
oh,
go.
dang.
No, no,
You
no,
can
no,
replay them
no.
again.
No, no. Those games aren't there either way, though.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, as far as like, I agree with the big plume. You know, when there used to be like, you used to get a new console, and like, wow, look at these graphics. They're never gonna get any better, and then they did, and they did over and over again, right? And now that jump is not so much on the graphics as it is on the AI and the worlds around you. The
Mm-hmm.
worlds have gotten bigger and all that good stuff, which is fantastic, and I love it. Keep making those worlds bigger. Give me the universe, you know. Um, but
Reverse.
as an adult, the biggest whoa moment I've ever had has been playing VR, especially on Half Life,
Yeah,
Alex. Man,
that
that
was me
is
too.
there's nothing. There's nothing. It is the most immersive way to game ever made, hands down.
Um, um,
But yeah, I definitely I'm all about that future. Give me that new, like. Do you guys remember the there used to be something called the G Force or something like that controller for the Nintendo where like you moved your hands and it was certain buttons and pushings and stuff. And now, and I just remember like the Connect where like your body was the controller. That was so cool to me. I love the Connect. You know, everybody hated on it, but I loved it. I loved it. And you know, I'm all into that. Like, I love gaming as a medium because it pushes boundaries of human and art interaction, and out with the old and with the new. You know, like that's all I got to say. You know, some people think that it changes too much. Like, oh, it used to be dark and gritty, and now it's all neon colors and bright pink and all this. And it's like, yeah, that's because back then you could only, if they wanted to build this, you could only use browns and grays. Now we can use the whole color, the entire rainbow. Come on, guys. You know, get with it.
Yeah.
Get with it. That's just what I'm saying. I love it. I love innovation in game and moving it forward.
All right. What about you, Lou?
what about me? What was the question?
Oh my God.
Don't get mad, man, because you guys have been talking and
The
talking.
question is, what is Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom is a
No.
Souls-like game. It's made by Square. No, I'm just kidding. What's up?
So basically, it's about innovation in video games. Like,
Right?
what do you? Well, first of all, do you prefer games keeping it more grounded to how they were in the past, or do you prefer like a more evolution and completely like innovate from, let's say for example, um, let's say a game you like a lot. I don't know. Let's say
Crime
I know.
Boss.
Crime Boss, yes.
the crime.
Speaking about
No,
that,
not crime boss.
I do not.
Rainbow Six that you mentioned it
All right.
again. Like, do you prefer like if they make a new Rainbow Six? Do you prefer it to, of course, being a newer version, it's gonna have the graphics, all that. But do you prefer it to play almost, very close to what you remember, or do you prefer it to be like completely revolutionary, like completely different plays,
Okay. I,
kind of different, basically?
I'll ask you this question, but real quick before I ask you this question, man, let me shout out to Here Comes the Mash, Here Comes the Gamer, gifting 5 Xbox International Podcast memberships. Yeah, let's go, Mash! Thank you so much, brother. I'm practicing on the song, man. It was a song from back in the days of WWF with Axe and Smasher, man. I love that song to death. That's one of the best songs they ever made, man. No joke. But man, thank you so much for gifting that membership, man. You rock. You are awesome. Sour, here's my question. You played Perfect Dark before.
Yes, I did.
All right, how did you see this one? What did you like about it?
Okay, so
Okay, you're
well,
gonna say
like
you're gonna say the
it's
movements, right? How she moves. It felt like she was like a John Wick type of girl, right?
yeah, it's to be honest, like it was exactly like I imagine it and even better because
Exactly.
I knew, for example, because here's the thing with the old N64, like that game has so many stuff that you wouldn't even believe me that it
Mm-hmm.
had. Like I took that game and I there's so many hidden secrets, so many stuff hidden within that game that's incredible. But I knew that the new version, especially how they kind of talked about it and pitched it, it wasn't going to be focused on multiplayer or anything like that. It was going to be more of a single player experience. So I kind of, took my expectations down and cut out all the multiplayer stuff and all the challenges and all the other hidden stuff. But I
Okay.
feel like going just like a single player experience, it's what I imagined. You're perfect dark, you're an agent, you want to have the option to play stealth. um I knew they were talking about, evolving on the movement, so I imagined there were going to be some parkour. It looks even better than I thought. The
Mm-hmm.
combat looks way better than I thought. And I'm excited to see even more about it. I want to see more weapons. I want to see more gadgets. That's all that Perfect Dark for me represents. One of the biggest things were all the weapons and all the gadgets and
Mm-hmm.
all the different ways, each weapon you can kind of like use it two different modes. Maybe here now with the evolution of gaming, you can even add like more stuff to that. Like you can grab that idea and evolve more on that. So yeah,
Hmm. Because what you asked me if you like more stuff in the past or anything, I would say, in my point of view, mix it up a bit. Mix it up a bit, bring some stuff from the past. That, like for example, from this game, I keep calling Preparation 33, right? And it's what is it? Is it Expedition 33? Expedition 33, right? I've been saying this about Final Fantasy for a while, right? Final Fantasy decided to go a different route. They decided to make it like more action. Okay, cool. The games, they decided to go away from what was it? I
turn
keep
base.
turn based. They stand away from the turn based situation, and they made it more action. But when you guys saw Expedition 33, right? I said, look, this game is actually what I would want in a turn-based game, and it's something that was used way before. It's a game I keep saying that why did Sony close Japan Studios, which is The Legend of Dragoon. Super Mario RPG even had it. You know that you have to be precise. You have to press the button at a precise exact moment that the attack or hits harder or does a couple more slashes. That makes that game way better, and that's something I keep on saying they need to bring that back, or if not,
Yeah,
give this option.
Sea of
Okay,
Star that Axel's playing actually has different mechanics like that. Is
that's,
it's a
that's
turn
awesome.
based, but it have different things that actually keeps you more engaged.
More engaged, yeah.
Yes.
Like, and another example is this will be a big innovation if they actually do this in an JRPG type of style game. You can have the turn based that you can turn on their turn based, or you can go freestyle. They could add both features onto it. That would be a big innovation if they actually did that. Because if people like to go freestyle, okay, let's go freestyle combat. But yet, if you want to go the old way with turn based, you can do it turn based. I mean, that would be a big innovation too. But like I said, though, innovation in gaming, we have gone way far. I mean, look, we've seen the movements. Now we got to see more because they even talked about it in interviews. Like they want to get more with the AI interactions with you, like when you talk to them, the faces, the gestures, stuff like that. That's where they're heading towards to. They want to get that better because for graphically, I feel like what's next, right? They're using their. I mean, we saw the whole Sony convention thing, and we saw that they're actually using Unreal 5 to make these movies.
Yeah.
So basically, we're using Unreal 5 to make these games.
Yeah.
They're using it.
Yeah. Honestly,
So uh,
I don't think you need anything better than what Hellblade 2 looked like
exactly. I
in
mean,
video game.
look how beautiful that game looks. I mean, that's one of the biggest examples. So graphically, like beyond that, I mean, I'm like, okay, what else can we see? But what we need to like get better is with the movements, with the attacks, with stuff like that. And we saw that with Joanna Dark. We saw that in Perfect Dark. I mean, look all the cool moves she did. She actually did a couple Call of Duty moves that you can do in Call of Duty. When you do the quick attacks, like from behind attacks, they do the sudden attacks, quick cool moves. We saw that in Joanna Dark. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be kind of like a John Wick style game, which I've been calling it because man, it's just wicked. And that's stuff that you got to bring into these games, to keep players like saying, "Oh man, I just did that. Oh, that's wicked." One of the things I really loved was back when the Xbox One is the fighting that I keep on saying, man, people need to copy this. People need to put this more into hack and slash. But for me, like the best hack and slash I've played in the last 20 years of my life, it was Shadow of Mordor, the first one. Oh my god, when you hit those two buttons at the precise moment that it does that cool, kill attack. Oof, that is for me amazing. And the sword fighting and the sword, everything that you do in that game is just freaking fabulous. And I kept on saying they should
The
use that.
Nemesis
And
system.
yes, and look at Batman. Batman also, the combat system with Batman was freaking phenomenal. I mean, Batman, the way he moved, the way he did things, my God, it was just incredible. And that's the stuff you gotta keep on putting in these into these games, with that innovation. But like I said, bring some stuff like in the past. Example with like Rainbow Six, you mentioned, like bring us more linear games with these movements, right? Because look, it's not that I don't like long games, right? But it gets to a point where I'm like, damn, when I hear this a 40-hour game, I'm like, oh Lord, when are we going to take a break with this, We got to take a little break from these 40-hour games. Put us like 14, 15 hours just to run through, go forward, shoot, blow up things, have fun, simple stuff. Now you got to run over to this guy. He's going to give you a piece of beef. Then you got to take the piece of beef to the chicken. The chicken might lay an egg after she ate the beef. Then you got to take the egg and run it to the other guy. I mean, it's so much stuff. It's insane. And I've talked about this before with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the story is probably great, but I put in like 120, 130 hours, and I got to a level so maxed out that the bad guys were just super easy for me to fight, and it's just tiring. And I was like, man, I'm playing this game. I should just play, just go through it. But I was actually feeling bored because it just wasn't having it. Like, oh my god, I'm way too tough for these guys, and that's something that really took away the fun I was having with the game. And not only that, I gave you an example, like the easy level up. So, for example, right, you got Starfield. Starfield, for to level up in that game, you gotta really hustle it. You gotta hustle, you gotta move, you gotta do stuff. And Valhalla, you gotta do is climb the horse and you leveled up. But yeah, that's something that gets tiring. That's something that gets old. And like I said, mix it up a bit, bring some stuff from the past that people actually enjoyed. So the new people that jump into these games and actually do play these games say, "Oh my god, okay, cool." And we sit there and explain to them, "Look, this game used to have something that was back in the past, and man, they brought it over here. It's fantastic. They innovated. They made it better. Because why not? It's always fun to have old stuff come back." Like we talked about with Expedition 33, right? When I saw that, I was like, "Thank you, Lord! Finally, an RPG with modern graphics. Look how beautiful it looks with that playstyle. It's phenomenal. It's a great thing."
Yeah, yeah. Personally, I think um, I know it's probably hard, and it gets harder as time evolves to like
Yeah,
innovate. As a developer, I think you have to think of the game that's being created, and most of us player, what we try to do when we play video games is we try to immerse ourselves in the video games, and sometimes even the little things that they might be insignificant, like, or they might look insignificant, or they might look tiny, those make our experience like much better. um, for example, binary domain, to give a small example, that's a game where like you play with a squad, like a AI squad and all that. I thought the feature with the microphone where you give commands to your AI partners and all that, and they go and they actually listen to you, and they do small things. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty immersive, and I envision like why they don't add more, why they don't add this feature more to like other games that play like that, like like a Call of Duty, for example, when you go with your tactical team, and you're on a mission, and you can tell them to do different commands, and they go and do it. Small things like that, I feel like make you get more immersed in the video game. Um, Something that I would love for video games to evolve more, I think, is the games that are basically like co-op story. A lot of the games mostly like you have a co-op story, for example, and it's mostly like you have this one host where the story revolves around him. Like I would like, for example, let's say Axel and me decide to tag team and play a game where like let's say I can't play tonight, but he wants to play that game. He gets to play it and he gets to experience his own story. But then when we tag team, we have a story that's kind of like the co-op story, and then when I play by myself, I got my own story, and it all adds up to like that one game. And I feel like it needs more evolution on that on the co-op side, because it's more like if I'm the host and I'm not connected, he can't, or sometimes like he can't carry on the story. Like I feel that side. And the other thing that I know, it's gonna keep evolving is like the AI, the animations, the transitions, and all that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Axel, before we land the plane, any other thing you want to add after you heard us all rambling about innovation in video games?
No, I think all of us have what we expect in innovation, and are proud of the ways things go. Louis wants to innovate on his time, probably because he doesn't have much time left on this earth. He's so old.
No, 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 no. It's not that, Axel. It's not that, Axel, right? Because the thing is, though, Axel, it's like there's too many. It's just too many. If you sit down and you look at catalogs, I mean, you look at open world games. It's like literally in a year they release like 20 open, like over 30 open world games. No
Mhm.
joke. And there's it's every it's like it's crazy, right? We saw back in the day when open world games started, right? We started with GTA 3. Then all of a sudden it was boom, 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 boom.
Lou,
Everybody went that
Lou,
route.
can I ask you something?
What's up, buddy?
Okay, can can it be also that it's not the term open world that is tiresome? It's
Right.
more that everyone is doing an open world just to do an open world, because
Exactly.
it's like it's an open world, but then you do a bunch of things that it's insignificant.
It
I
doesn't
think
doesn't
when
make sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think when they innovate and it gets to a point where the open world feels like an actual open world, like a world that you do a bunch of stuff and everything is significant. I think then that will be a much better experience, and maybe we will be more leeway until like it doesn't have to be linear. What you
Uh,
think?
because here's the thing about open worlds, they have to be like really engaging, right? Like for example, there's a game, there's two open world games I just don't get tired of, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. For example, Red Dead Redemption 2, you're riding your horse, there's always something coming up. That is a fun, fun game. I love Red Dead Redemption 2. I've beaten it two times already, and once that if that when that patch comes up, the supposed
Yeah,
patch that was announced, I'm going for a third time. I love that game. And Sleeping Dogs. Those two games never get tired of. Never. GTA has some stuff that you can get tired of, but it has to be like really engaging, just really fun.
most people
Witcher's another
that I sorry.
Cyberpunk is another one. Witcher's another one that just don't get tired of. But they gotta make it engaging,
Yeah,
like for you
most
to have
people that
fun.
I encounter that don't like Red Dead is because they don't like the timeline or
Yeah.
Westerns,
the
yeah.
westerns. Yeah,
Western. Oh my god, such a fun game. Such a fun game. For me, it's one of the best games ever made. No joke. I mean, graphically, one of the best games. Engagement, one of the best games because there's always something to do in that
Hmm.
damn world, man. There's always
yeah.
something to do.
The world
I
feels alive too.
Yeah, it feels alive. You're in there, you feel it. That's something that they gotta do. And like you said, they just do open world games. Like, why did they do this game open world? I mean, just go linear. For example, with Gears of War 5 was a semi-open world. A lot of people did not like it. Some of them did, but a lot of people did not like it. And that's what people have been asking. Like, go back to what you guys were. Stop doing stuff like this. Same thing with some people said about Halo Infinite. Like, nah, we don't like that semi-open world. But for me, it was fun.
Halo Infinite open world
Halo
It
Yeah,
Infinite was
was
very
fantastic to
fun.
me.
it's
Yeah, it
fantastic.
was great.
Yeah,
it was
And it
great, but
wasn't that
I
big.
don't
It's
think
not very
the
big.
that's not that
open
big.
world
Yeah,
was
too
that
big. Yeah,
great though.
yeah,
I think they could improve in the open world.
yeah. That could improve, but at the end of the day, keep it the way it is.
Yeah, I think they have a good base.
Hmm.
I just think they needed the content. That's what they needed.
Yeah.
More
It's
content.
sad that they
Yeah.
abandoned the
Yeah,
campaign
sadly.
on that. They could have added a
Yeah.
lot to it.
But
Yeah, no. There's games I'll play for like one or like less than 5 hours because I can't get into them, even if they're fantastic games that other people recommend to me. And then there's games like that I'll spend hundreds of hours playing, like on Elden Ring, I played that for 4 months straight, and it's the only thing I played for 4 months every day. Every single day I played that game. Next thing I know, I'm like level 270 something, and I'm like, yeah, it's time to finish the game. you know? Um, so there are games that I love to play because I never get tired of them. But like there's some linear games that I'm just like, how long have I been playing this for 4 hours? Oh my god, it's been 30 minutes. Like
Yeah.
there's some games that you just like they drag on, right? Or they just as Crazy Louis said, they don't capture me, they don't engage you.
Yeah,
So those are the games I just put down, and I don't try to force it. Like I've been playing Unicorn Overlord. I don't know if you guys know
Oh,
about
I
that one.
love that game. That's one of my games of the
Plume
year.
loves that game.
Yeah,
Love
Unicorn
that game.
Overlord is the strategy game of the year for sure, right? Came out of nowhere, and I cannot put it down. Like
That was
I'm
me.
doing every single battle, every optional battle. I am equipping my people. I'm like, okay, if I equip this sword, I get an extra turn in between. Or if I equip this sword, my guy doesn't attack after everybody else's, but it does less damage. But overall, is it giving me more damage? Like I love Unicorn Overlord, right? Um,
Sounds pretty cool.
it's
It, it,
if you're into strategy RPGs, it is up there.
that's cool. That's cool.
I ca- and it came out of nowhere, I think, for a lot of people too. I don't know how people even knew it was coming out, but yeah, I was like you. I was addicted to that game. When it came out, it was the only game I played for like 2 months
Wow.
before I
Yeah,
moved on to anything else.
I would have still been playing Unicorn Overlord if I wouldn't have had to stop to move. But I had to stop to move. So yeah.
That happens. It's called life. It's called mar. Or yeah, let me keep going.
It's
It's called
called
life. It's
what?
called life.
What? Spit it
It's
out,
called
Lou.
life. It's called life. It's called life. It's called life.
Oh,
It is.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking about life, I'm sure we all have lives. So, Lou, I think
Wait.
it's
What did you
time
say?
to.
Wait. What? You say what?
We all have
Sour.
lives.
Sour. Let's enjoy these moments. Trust me. Before we go behind those doors. What am I saying? I'm gonna get killed again.
What is going on, Lou?
No,
Is
I'm
there
just kidding.
something you want to tell us?
Lou, are you safe?
Are
Yeah,
you okay?
I'm safe. I'm safe. Yeah.
Blink,
I got my
blink,
I
blink
got my
twice
bear.
for yes. Blink twice for yes. Blink once for.
I've been 10 times.
Louis,
Yeah.
does that picture get bigger every week behind you? It seems like
No,
it does.
no. The thing is, I moved it just to use the close. So I moved it a little bit to the right. But yeah, it's getting bigger each time. But yeah,
It looks like it gets bigger.
but no worries. I'm gonna hang it right there so you can look at everybody. And one night I'm gonna just leave the cam on so everybody can look at it for the whole night if they want to, just to get the feeling if it's gonna come out and eat somebody. That's what I'll do one night. But guys, listen, let's land this plane because hey, why not? Sourblow wants to go watch this wrestling. That's what wants to end this show. Because of me, I could sit here for hours and just talk. We have no problem with that, right, Sour? Right, guys? Yeah, Louis does it every morning. But
Actually, I'm more like going to play Mass Effect.
oh, okay, that's
I'm
cool. That's
more
cool.
hook on that game.
Hey, I'm gonna play some hockey. So see if I can learn. So when I play Plume next time, I can beat them 20-0 with the junior team. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what
If
I'm
you,
doing.
I'm
these
gonna go
guys,
lift heavy furniture and move
uh,
it.
Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, it's got a boo. But anyways, guys, fun time. Chat. I'll get this right away. Thank you all for your support. You have been amazing. Thank you all for the memberships. You guys rock match, especially you for sending that membership. That's awesome for me, man. Thank you for the support and everybody who joined us each and every single week. You guys rock. Love you guys to death. Let's keep the show on the road, man. You guys rock with this and rock with us each and every week. Love you all really to death. Guys, it's time to land this plane. And Axel, man, brother, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for joining us. You rock. You are awesome. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. Please tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
All right. So I'm Axel1324, and you can subscribe to my channel, the Iconic Video Games YouTube channel. Right. I run the Iconic Video Games podcast every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then I also run every Sunday morning Good Morning Xbox at 9 a.m. Eastern. Sorry, I always have trouble with that Eastern time zone. But you can also find me on Twitter, just like you see it right here, Axel1324. You can find me on Xbox, Axel1324. You can find me on PlayStation, Axel1324. If you want to see what I did when I was 13 years old, Google Axel1324. You'll probably find something from me. Just saying. It's been my username for a very, very, very long time. And guys, thank you so much for inviting me and having me here. This was awesome. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
And thank you, man, again
Oh,
for joining
thanks
us this
again.
week, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now to the man, which thank God I wasn't here
Uh,
last week because he would have
by the
trolled me.
way, I put his link in the chat.
Damn. Somebody's asking about your OnlyFans. Axel, you have OnlyFans?
No, no, I'm married. What are you talking about? I don't go to that website.
Um,
What is
Yeah,
that?
I don't even know what that is. Is
you
that
know, you know what that is?
is that for NFL people? Is that for hockey people?
For hockey, yeah. But man, Sourblow, since thank God I wasn't here last week because he would have trolled me because the Celtics won. And basically, I still don't care. But either way, though, Sourblow, please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
All right. Well, you're not gonna find me anywhere and anymore watching the NBA games because they're done and we're champions. But other than today on Wednesdays, you can find me sometimes in Xbox International en Español, hanging out with Elvio, Eternal Shaddai on Fridays at 7 p.m. But you can also find me actually tomorrow. I got invited to On Point Gamers. They have their
Nice.
block block
Yep.
gaming party. They do it at the end of every month, so I'm gonna be there. Not sure who else is gonna show up to the party, but it's gonna be fun. So yes, that's where you can find me.
All right.
What about you, Lou?
Did you mention XPI en español?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Are you
good.
listening? Well, you're
No.
ignoring me.
Yes, I
Oh,
was. Yes, I was. In
okay,
case, and
all
just in
right.
case just in case you put a Celtics comment in there. So yeah, um, the big Plume. Besides playing your baseball game each and every week that you do,
And
where
kicking's loose butt.
and kicking my
Man.
butt in hockey. Yes, yes, with the junior team. That's horrible. Please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Find me Plume Gaming on X on YouTube, and Louis, we're gonna have to stream one of our games at NHL.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna have to
have to,
stream. You're
yes.
gonna have to practice a bit. You're gonna have to try to score a couple more goals, and we're gonna have to stream
Oh,
it. We're gonna have to show
oh, good
everyone.
Lord.
And I will.
My problem is the face off, and I still don't get the damn face off. I still don't because other than that, man, I'm pretty good defend. No, no, I'm not that good.
You got to train. I'll pick an even worse team this time. I'll pick
Oh
an even
dear
worse
God.
team.
No.
10-0. I think you have more problems than just the face off.
And worst team, dude, you picked the junior team. You picked my butt with the junior team. What's more worse than that? I
Yeah,
was using.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
have to pick a
wait.
worse junior team.
Lou, I actually have an announcement I should
Oh,
have done before. Let me see if I have it ready.
oh, you
Oh
do?
my
All
god, I
right.
completely
Okay,
forgot.
go for it. Go for it. You got time. You got time. No rush.
All
No
right.
rush. I mean, I can sit here for another 2 hours. No worries. I'm good with that.
All right.
You
Well,
all can
real
go to
quick,
bed. I can
for
just
those
sit
of
here.
you interesting, I'm actually starting a MLB league. It's gonna start August the 5th, as you can see on screen now, probably. And we're gonna have a regular season. We're gonna have a playoff. This is the first time doing it, even though I did one in the past. It was but what nothing official. But I'm gonna do it with a participant. Start small. Hopefully we can do more. And there's gonna actually be prizes. So stay tuned tomorrow. I think around 1 o'clock. There's gonna be a whole video. I'm gonna explain the rules and everything. Register. Go to our Discord channel. Make sure you go there and let us know if you're interested in participating. We're gonna do more of these. I'm also interested in doing a 2K. I don't know. Maybe Plume wants to do a NHL. Since
I'll do an NHL, but I was gonna ask for MLB. Is it gonna be a 162 game league?
no, it's gonna
Okay.
be no. It's gonna be pretty short. It's gonna be just you're gonna basically face each team once, and then at the end,
Oh, so that means
depending on the stand-in.
so I will not have a chance to win then.
Probably not.
I'll probably get like 30-0 right there on baseball. Probably, yeah. You never hit. I'll never get an out. Something will happen.
I feel like you're probably better at MLB than NHL.
I'm better at the big head baseball game than the MLB game. I like that big head baseball game. And that pause. That sounded so wrong.
Oh man! But Lou, where can we find you, buddy?
Oh man, simple and easy. You can find me on Twitter X at Crazy Louis Gaming, where I just announce my good morning shows because I quit just doing the good morning videos because I said, you know what, let's just do it on YouTube. Let's hang out with the guys, hang out with the chat. I'm on every single morning in Good Morning with Crazy Louis, just talking about what's going on. And let's see, let's hope, let's cross fingers like there's actually some good video game news this week because it's been slow. It hasn't been like nothing big. But let's see. Tomorrow we'll bring up a subject. We'll sit there and chat for a couple hours. That's what I'm doing every morning here on this very YouTube channel. Also, you can find me on Tuesdays on the Xbox Factor podcast with Mr. Boomstick, Mr. Infinite Umbra, and Mr. Jamie Moran. And last but not least, here on the Xbox International podcast with my brothers Sourblow, the Big Plume, and Silent Cypher. So, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when next BI content comes on. And remember, let's go, let's rock, and let's get crazy. Yes, and we will see you all next Wednesday. And for me, see you all tomorrow morning. Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m.